Hi, I'm Nick.
I'm Cameron.
Carlos.
And this week, Hololive had a splash party. Holo Council had a second anniversary. And unfortunately, 2 members of HoloTempus graduated. Let's talk about it.
It hurts a lot.
Yeah, we're going to start with the difficult news of 2 graduations from HoloTempus. Magni and Vesper have graduated. It's official. They are gone. And they're not doing a big graduation send-off stream at all.
See, it's weird because the whole story behind this, the whole story, it takes like 5 seconds.
Yeah, the story.
A month ago, they were streaming. Message comes out from Cover. They are indefinitely not streaming. A month goes by. They are graduating in 1 week.
Also, they're not streaming, but they are graduating. But they're not streaming.
Yeah.
But they're graduating in a week. But no streams between now and in a week, they're gone.
No streams.
Also, they're gone now.
No streams.
Legally speaking, they're gone in a week.
No streams, no messages, nothing. You literally, if I looked, if you go to their YouTube channels right now, at least last time I looked, like last night, if you go to their YouTube channels and look, it's as if they were just streaming. Nothing has changed at all. Like their schedules are still up, like exactly as they were when they just stopped streaming.
They basically got Thanos snapped.
Yes.
That's what happened. They just like immediately gone, nothing's happening, nothing's changing. And then they were put on ice for a month. And then it's just announced that they're gone. So they had a month of no activity whatsoever, which was kind of weird. They announced it. Everybody was a little unsure about it. God knows we were. But
yeah,
I believe we basically just decided to keep the faith at that point and say, all right, they'll be back when they're back. We don't know what's happening. It could be anything.
Yeah, in the world of comments, it was like the people who were positive going, okay, stop saying they're getting graduated. They're fine. They're coming back. This is why they posted it this way. Cover tells us if something's wrong, usually. Often to their fault. Like often to the being so honest it hurts them. Mm-hmm. They would tell us if something's happening. And then out of nowhere, out of the blue, like the doomsayers win because they were actually the most correct in this case.
Yeah. After a month of no information and no changes, honestly, there was some speculation whenever Holo Advent was debuting that there was nothing being said about Vesper and Magni until after they, specifically to give Advent breathing room while they debuted, to build up their audiences and not have some like big change of events looming over top of them to spoil their debuts and their announcement and stuff. That seems to hold fairly true at this point.
At the very least, they wanted it to happen after Advent. I forget what event this actually preceded to the point that people went, geez, that's still not a great place to do it. Yeah. Like, it still kind of casts a shadow over some stuff. Like, I know me personally, I had a harder time enjoying content from Cover this week.
Yeah, it does sort of spoil
I stopped feeling like this was a splash party. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, no matter when they announce it, at some point there's a deadline. There has to be. You have to put the information out there.
The hard speculation of this was we heard literally nothing at all. It almost felt like all of Holostars was on hold for this month. And the very second the announcement graduation happens, things start moving again for them.
Yeah.
And like, it's like what Nick was saying, there's never a good time to announce it. This is a 24/7 McDonald's and stuff's always coming out and everything's always happy and everyone's always dancing and smiling and making food. At some point, you have to say on the intercom someone shit in the ice cream machine.
Yeah.
At some point, people must be notified. And the longer you hide it, the weirder it is that you did.
There's definitely no moment where they've waited long enough that everyone forgot about these two, you know?
So, yeah. So, if you don't mind, I think I'd like to get through some upsetty feelings. This is what irritated me most about it. Mm-hmm. I don't like how little runway there was. And we literally went from, they are on hiatus, don't worry, folks, to It's 750. They're fired. Like, I learned they got fired. Graduated, sorry. I learned they got graduated because one day, whilst I was relaxing in the morn, Kiara's learning Korean. I don't click on Kiara streams enough, and I know nothing about Korean. Let's see what's going on. Click on it. First words out, Kiara. I don't know why they got graduated. Please stop that. What? That's not a good feeling that you blindsided so many of these talents, gave them no time to prepare.
No, because that was the thing about it too, was all of the talents got blindsided by this too.
Yeah, like
nobody knew.
That was. Now here's the thing. We kind of have to enter speculation town about why they graduated.
There's no other option because all the information that we have was a single statement of the announcement that came from Cover. That's all we're ever gonna get. Which has been expressly stated.
Yes.
The only thing that you can take out of even the whole statement of graduation, the only thing you can even pull out of it is they mentioned that it was mutual.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Well, the way that it's phrased is, in accordance with their wishes, we have accepted their decision to graduate.
Yes, and we can.
So the way that it is indicated in the document is that it was their decision and that they decided to graduate.
Now, there is a reason I feel that they were still very hush-hush about it. Mm-hmm. If you're comfortable with me echoing these points.
Yeah, go for it.
And I kind of agree with these feelings. I feel as though it might have been contract negotiations because of the time period it started. Mm-hmm. They began entering the silence period around their anniversary, which would be when contracts are negotiated.
Generally speaking, yeah.
It would make sense for Vesper and Magni to be the ones who take the most issue with it on account of being the two most popular members at the moment and the two most strong-headed. Vesper has had issues before with arguing with staff, and Magni is definitely a very strong-headed individual. Yep. They both most likely went, we're not happy with the contract. Cover went, okay, well, we have to freeze stuff now, and we can't talk to people about it because we're not allowed to talk to people about contracts. Might upset folks. And then we never get an official word because they're still not allowed to talk about it. Because otherwise, I feel as though we've always had a good idea of why a graduation or termination has happened.
Yeah, and I do know, I don't know where it even came from. So I could be completely wrong on this, but people were saying that Magni has actually discussed it in the past, that he actually took a financial cut to come to Hololive in the first place because the potential of stardom is there and the potential of making a lot if you get a built-up audience. I mean, just look at how many millions that the top female ones make.
Yeah.
It's difficult to speculate too much. Don't get me wrong. But we know from Hololive's biggest competitor, Niji Sanji, that whenever Niji Sanji hires a liver, they specify in their advertisements and things and their job listings that you're signing on for a year.
Yes.
And so it makes sense that would be some sort of an industry standard. Especially, there's a lot of careers I've seen where a 1-year term is what you're expected to fulfill. But it feels like a year for a streamer. It gives you a good baseline for where they're at, what their trajectories are, where they're heading, that sort of stuff, right? Hololive basically renews all contracts all the time, it seems. Mm-hmm. I don't know of any streamers that have just been cut at the 1 year by the company. Now, obviously, if anybody in the audience knows any different, please let me know. But usually, I would imagine if they're going to renegotiate a contract after a year, then hey, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to phrase what I'm thinking right now, but basically if you sign on for a year and you hit that end and you're not getting paid what you feel you're being paid, you're going to try and negotiate it.
100%.
That makes sense, right? So if these two tried to negotiate, negotiations didn't work out and they parted ways, then that's just what it is.
And the unfortunate part of this, though, is almost everything we've said up to this point is all speculation.
Yeah,
and that's all we're ever going to have about it. is the thing.
It's not very satisfying. It's not a good feeling, and I don't like how it invites speculation. I'd rather not have to think this way.
It's because everything about this is a everybody loses situation.
Pretty much.
This is just a loss for basically everyone involved. The audience loses a couple folks that we really enjoyed their content. Hololive loses out on 2 big talents. The 2 talents lose out on any corporate connections that they would have had through the company. So there are definitely reasons that this happened, and somebody in the end, there will be things gained. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just you have to deal with the loss at some point. And if this is affecting you deeply, definitely take the time to feel your feelings about it. Try not to take it out on people. That's the important thing.
Yeah, I felt my feelings for about a week, and the guy I took it out on is buried. No one's ever going to find him.
There you go.
That's a funny joke about murder.
Sure it is, bud.
Yeah.
I'm calling the police.
Go ahead. They haven't done anything before.
Oh. So yeah, we can sit here and speculate and say, oh yeah, it's obviously contract negotiations, or no, they got in a fist fight at corporate lunch. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I know, I was there. But it doesn't matter. We don't actually know.
So let's ground ourselves with 2 things that aren't speculation. I saw 2 clips from people who are talking about it. First one is my canary in the coal mine. Callie's pretty chill about it. She's like, yep, didn't work out. I don't know a lot. You guys don't, but I know they're okay. Don't sweat it, guys. You're all good. Another source I saw randomly on the Twitter was Iron Mouse.
Iron Mouse was just like, yeah, they're going to be fine.
She was very heavy about it too. She's like, oh, they're fine. Trust me. It's like, why do you know anything about them?
Because she knows them. That's the answer.
Iron Mouse knows everyone.
That's the answer. And generally, you can basically trust what Iron Mouse has to say.
Yeah.
I trust what Iron Mouse has to say.
Regardless of the fact that she is not Hololive related in any way, she is a juggernaut in the Vtubing world. If she wants something, she can probably get the in some form.
Yeah. There's a community for a reason. People talk, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
We don't know anything because we don't talk to anybody.
We don't know. We don't have any friends.
We don't know nobody.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Though
we're getting there.
Though we do have actually something interesting from the community if we wanted to move on towards our next bullet point, because we actually have some pretty interesting unrelated VTuber news.
Oh, completely unrelated. So if we're going to put a cap on the Magni and Vesper thing, feel your feelings, but at the end of the day, this is a bunch of adults that decided that their current situation was not working out for everyone's best interest, and they've decided to part ways. That's it.
The one big good thing that I did get out of this was when it got first announced, and they just stopped out of nowhere. It just happened, and we never heard anything from them. And I was genuinely worried that something might have actually happened to them personally.
Yeah, they just were on a plane crash.
They just stopped, and we got no information at all. And this is at least, solved that nothing dangerous or bad happened to them.
I will say that Cover could have handled one thing certainly better, in my opinion, and they should have let the talent know that this was coming. Kiara literally got notified when everyone else did because the tweet went out, and she was the first one streaming and the only one streaming at the time, so she had to deal with people in her chat, and that's why she had to put up a sticky about it and stuff. And then all of the Tempest guys reacted at the exact same time, and they canceled their streams for the day. Then they put up a 6-minute stream in the meantime.
Yeah, they had a feelings powwow.
Basically. And that's kind of a lot to throw on your entire company without letting them know beforehand. It feels like to me, the talent was thrown to the dogs with no information. Probably let them know ahead of time next time so they can at least be ready to deal with that.
Yeah, it kind of, going with the more like the contract speculation, it feels as if they were negotiating until literally the very last minute, and when things didn't work out, it just got dropped.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
It does. So, all right. I've said my piece.
Amen.
Now I'm ready to move on to some happier news, maybe some completely separate news that is in no way related to this whatsoever.
So here is our thinking. I think the community feels the same way. whenever we feel like we lose someone, there tends to be this pertinence, this feeling that we need to focus on a smaller independent talent that needs to be bolstered, needs to be pushed to the forefront. And it just so happens there's a guy who likes spears. He posted a picture of a big spear online. And we're like...
And he's like, I showed you my spear.
Please respond. And the internet did respond. And we have welcomed back independent VTuber Randon the Orc. Welcome back, sir.
He's from New Orc City.
I hate that.
So, we lose a spear user, and then we gain a spear user.
Yeah, the party comp remains the same.
Exactly. It's like any good session of D&D.
Yeah.
This one happens to be a orc. So yes, Randon the Orc is streaming again after a 1-year hiatus.
Honestly, I get it. He needed to take a break to get himself figured out. He's back at it. And he's doing a good job. Have you seen his model?
It's something else, yeah.
Green potato.
That's accurate. He is a green potato.
Genuinely one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen in a VTuber model is using the pain scale for your character emotions. 7 to 10 hurts a lot, unbearable.
There you go.
0 to 3, almost no pain, fine.
I feel like I could really hang out with this dude because it says here in these notes that Carlos wrote that he had an anime discussion about 2000s anime and Midori Days and specifically.
Yeah.
That is an anime about a man whose hand turns into a woman, right?
Yes.
Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes.
It wasn't just
Thank
some
God.
sort of a horrible dream then.
Actual fuck.
Yes. He wakes up one day and the girl, I believe it's the girl he has a crush on, has turned, his hand is turned into her. And now they have to figure out how to live together with the fact that she's his hand. She's a prehensile appendage affixed to his wrist.
Kafka-esque.
I guess. But this man ain't a cockroach. This man is a lady-handed person now.
Oh no, go to masturbate, woman. Oh no.
Oh no. What do I
Shucks.
do? Again, yeah, it's about a teenage boy who wakes up with a woman for a hand. What do you think is going to be the biggest joke of the series? Well, did he discuss any other anime that perhaps something's not quite as strange?
No, it was just in general.
What do you mean,
He was
no?
It seems like it was almost as if he was gone for a year and he was trying to catch up on
catching
things.
up.
Oh, yeah,
well,
it's
he was
crazy.
gone for
Well,
a
he
year.
was gone
He was
for a year.
catching up.
It does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So he's streaming with an orc model, or I'm sorry, he is an orc man and he is streaming.
He is an orb currently.
He's currently an orb.
He is a green orb.
Why is he Orban?
He has lost his old model.
Oh no.
Literally lost it. Just does not have it from his days when he was streaming beforehand. He is working to get something up in place. So enjoy your green orb in the corner of the screen, thus completing the parasocial relationship. Like an iron mother. So too shall you imprint upon the orb.
I like it. I'm a fan. I like the orb. All hail orb.
Only stream of his I really caught much of was the password game, which I love to death. Love the password game.
Oh man.
Which one is the password game?
It's the one where you type in stuff and then out of nowhere it goes, your Roman numerals must equal 5.
What's the egg's name? Is it David?
It's like
Or something like that?
it's like Gilbert or something.
Yeah, it's like this is David.
It's like you have to feed him. Fires are coming. Hurry, protect your password.
Yeah. I have seen this. It's really funny.
This was you can't actually watch this. This was his first stream back and it's not archived.
Thank
But
God I caught some of it.
this was legendary. This was such a great stream. Because he starts off, he has no idea what this game is.
That's the best.
All he knew was it was a rage game.
You have to be blind as fuck when you go into that.
Yeah.
So he starts.
Oh, it's Paul. That's its name.
Paul.
Paul was the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he starts as an egg, and you have to
then he
protect him,
hatches.
and then he hatches, and then you have to feed him. But if you feed him too much, he dies, and if you don't feed him at all, he dies. So you have to feed him gradually over time. Paul's a fucking jerk.
What's this? Once Paul hatches, and every 15 seconds or something, and he's just trying to figure out whatever else he's doing. He's just like, Paul. He scrolls up and has to copy paste some more worms.
Yeah, because you have to feed him worm emojis.
You have to feed Paul.
Yep. It's so good. That game is actually funny. Pippa played it. It is gold when Pippa plays it. Oh my god, it's so good. Because again, Paul's a fucking pain in the ass.
But no, like,
But you love Paul and you have to protect him.
he had like the happiness meter on his screen too, and he starts off. He's like, I don't know what this game is, and then he reaches like the first major roadblock, where it's like, you must now play GeoGuessr.
Oh no, please.
Yeah.
No, your password is the coordinates from this GeoGuessr game.
And then you see his happiness meter drop a little bit.
Yeah. I've wanted to play the password game, but I've never actually sat down and tried it because it does look like a lot of fun to me. I would take it too seriously.
I hit round 14 and was like, please fuck off. I think it was like right before, it was like it was after Paul hatched, I think, where I was like, gotcha, I'm out.
Yep.
He made it so much farther than that.
That's great.
He made it to the point where it was up where it brought up like a square of like a solid color up on the screen. It's like, you must put the color.
Yeah, the hex code.
The hex code of this color. And he's like, what? I don't. What?
You have to open Adobe.
Yeah, exactly.
Grab the eyedropper tool,
And the
select
thing is,
the color,
and
copy it.
Then you type in the hex code, and now your screen's like flashing. You have to scroll back to the rule. The rule, it's like your numbers multiplied together must equal 25. And you go, oh my god.
But
It's
yeah,
pain.
he makes it to that point, and then he's like, Paul is dying. And he stands there and waits for Paul to die, and then you get like a "you died" screen or "Paul died" screen.
Yeah, Paul has perished. Dark Souls font.
An actual game over screen. And for the next several streams after that, he'll just be randomly streaming, and then he'll just start screaming, "Paul is dead! Stop talking about it!"
Chat will never give up on Paul. Chat loves Paul. Doesn't matter who's streaming. Chat loves Paul. That much I definitely know. I also know that he was joined by another streamer. Is this a real human person or is this a VTuber?
This is a real person.
This is a real human person.
Is this a first for us?
I think it is.
Real people.
Well, I feel like this tracks because it's still like he's collabing with a VTuber, right?
Yeah, like we've talked about indie people before who collab with real people.
Yeah,
I keep
right?
bringing up Vine Sauce.
Exactly, and we've talked about when like Mio got to meet or was like on the one show and like
Yeah,
no,
the
it was
show.
Botan. Botan was on a show
Botan.
in Japan
Happy
and
birthday,
was like
Botan.
having a full conversation with a human person that worked at Platinum. Like, it is what it is. So who's
is-
Professor Lando?
I don't know. He's somebody that we've never heard of before. He's completely unrelated to anything we've been talking about.
I've seen his YouTube shorts / TikToks.
Oh,
He's very
really?
popular there, I hear.
Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. It's
He likes to talk about hentai.
it's anime commentary stuff. It's like, oh man, this risque portion of the anime culture. Let's put it in an academic setting. Comedy ensues.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, about that.
I think his most recent video is literally called Explaining Hentai.
Yeah.
So,
So about
There you
that,
go.
he joins into Randon's stream right after the password game,
yeah.
and he asks because he was watching. Lando was watching Randon, like he was watching him. These
on.
names are awful. Trying to keep straight. By the way,
I understand, yes.
So he pops right in, and the orc asks him, "So, what did you think about this? You're an artist, right? What did you think about this hex thing I was supposed to be doing?" And he responds, "I don't know anything about hex colors. I just draw hardcore Fudanari."
Yep, man of culture and
Very
all
good.
that. That's how
Very
it
good.
goes.
And then the orc asks him, "It's like, well, don't you have to know colors?" And he's like, "What? You just pick this light shade of pink for everything." Like I don't care about the colors.
You go from pink to peach. If all you're drawing is hentai, then that's pretty much your color palette.
Bright fuchsia nipples.
Sure. In the 1990s, it was okay, so why not now? It was acceptable then. It's acceptable now, damn it. Oh, man. It looks like they had a lot of good back and forth, frankly.
Oh yeah, they were having a great time playing Stardew Valley. They played at least a couple of different streams of that so far.
Oh, that's fair. Stardew Valley is one of those games where, like, if you get sucked into it, you're just in it, man. I would say also that I saw these two playing some kind of submarine game that looked very difficult and annoying.
Borrow trauma.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Is it?
Yeah, I like it. it's a hard game to keep a friend group into because if one guy quits, no one wants to play it anymore because it's like, oh, the vibe has been damaged.
Fair enough.
And that guy's kind of right. This game is really hard.
It's he hit a certain point where there's more frustration than fun, right?
It depends. If you get a big group in the submarines, like, fine, you can start goofing off. Like, I've seen some other streamers have a fun time of it where, like, the captain, fucking, like, Captain C. Nanners was just underpaying people. And everyone was like, oh, I like my $5. Well, why'd you give the other guy doing the same job $7? He went like, nah. Thought it'd be funny.
Oh, no.
You're not getting your next paycheck.
Why are you asking questions? Sounds like somebody doesn't want paid. So anyway, these two have been streaming together a lot. It looks like it's been a lot of fun, though.
Yeah. There's been all kinds of back and forth. They've been having all kinds of crazy conversations, talking about random things, about...
Randon asked how many crayons can you eat without dying? And he wants to do a crayon buffet eating stream, which is something. I respect the Marines deeply. Something.
Yeah, at one point, Lando is he's just talking about something. And out of nowhere, he just starts screaming, "Oh no, my Welkin Pass! I haven't logged into Genshin in 5 days."
That's a wise decision.
I have not played that game enough to understand. I assume that's like a premium pass.
That's the paid daily login pass.
Oh, yeah. Would you like for Genshin to be a paid game instead of not?
No.
Yeah, sure.
It's like $5 a month, and it's actually
It's not
super
even a
worth it.
sub. You just pay it, and then Genshin goes, okay, thanks for it. Do you want to do it again?
It's like a battle pass model.
But they
it
also
sounds
have a
like.
battle pass.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
The more I hear about this game, the more I need to play it.
If you buy the daily or the month pass and the battle pass, it's like $15 every month and a half. So it's basically an MMO subscription.
Yeah, essentially, that's them going like, okay, if you like want more like gamble points and like crystals, you can give us some money, and in exchange, you can level up your dudes.
I mean, that sounds kind of fair, though, right?
Yeah, it sounds totally.
I'm
fair.
gonna pay them right now.
I do. In more than one of their games.
I'm not shocked at all.
Been a hot second since I booted Genshin.
Just waiting for Zenlaw Zero, whatever
Zenless Zone Zero.
that one.
I would love to play that game. It's not going to happen.
Not a good decision to have the acronym for your game be Z.
I can't wait for.
7 out of 10.
All right, somehow we got onto Hoyoverse. Let's correct ourselves here back to
Carlos heard the word Genshin.
VTubers.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Here's something that I can contribute. No, we're talking about this, I guess, real quick. There's this little game I play called Azur Lane.
Oh no, he said it.
I did. And recently they had their 5th anniversary stream. And yes, it was quite nice.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I realized also I've been playing that game since it launched. It's not a problem. It's fine. It's all good. And also, during their stream, they had like a real human person like presenting their stream, but also the character Essex, who apparently is a VTuber now. So it connects. It all comes back to this.
Connect the world.
Thank you. I've now killed Cameron's soul a little bit. We may continue. Let's get to a little bit of positive news about HoloTempus. What do we say? Try and bring the mood up a little bit.
I don't know. This doesn't make me happy.
I know, right?
This makes me very
it almost
sad.
hurts more.
HoloTempus is finally able to have their 1-year anniversary project. In light of the news, they have expanded the radius. It is now a week-long event lasting from September 5th to 11th.
That's true.
I personally still can't help but feel like, oh man, they lost their 2 biggest members and we're still doing this. It sucks. I hope these guys are okay. I hope this is good. That's going to be the worst chats I've ever seen, I bet.
Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, no matter how they move on from it, it's going to be rough. So they might as well just do the best that they can. Try and keep
This is still their
joy
jobs.
up.
Yeah.
And so it's still good that they're getting a 1-year celebration because they do deserve that.
Those fuckers still deserve it. They still fucking put in the work and are doing their best to keep an audience and have fun with folks and keep a smile going. They're running a podcast as well.
Yeah.
Podcast brothers.
Yeah, friends.
Let's hold hands at the bus stop and talk about secrets.
Yeah. Tell us who you like and who you don't.
My dad says I can get a Game Boy Advance next year if I keep mowing the lawn.
Amazing.
What's your dad going to get you?
Probably a trauma.
Wow, my dad doesn't give me any trauma. I'm so jealous.
Thank you.
Solid bit. Comment down below if your father gave you trauma.
All right, I'm opening it right now.
Oh, no.
Where do I begin?
Dear Internet Diary. Oh, no. This is a YouTube comment section.
Oh, no.
There's also a new Holostars Sub-Group that's been
Yeah, I
announced.
didn't hear anything about this. What's going on with this?
Miyabi, Auron, Rika, and Shion, who are all Holo JP, Holostars folks.
Mm-hmm.
They have a new song, Superior Stars, for
Hot.
their group debut.
I just
Also
realized.
hot.
I just realized.
Skunk man. Hot.
He's a hyena.
I also
Skunk.
just realized that I think I forgot to put the actual name of their group when I put this in. You know what the name of their group is, their subgroup is?
Is it Superior Stars?
No, it's Unplanned.
Oh, no. I was unplanned. Can I join your group?
We all were, buddy.
Which, by the way, is a horrible name to be using right now.
I'm so tired of this subject. Can we just talk about something else now?
Yeah.
The song was really good.
That's good. I'm glad for them. Again, Holostars is in a weird place right now.
It's going to be a while till boys feel good again.
Yeah, it's like whenever somebody goes through puberty and they're kind of hard to look at and their face kind of looks like a pizza. But it's a growing phase, you know? Like you're changing, you're evolving. Something new and interesting is happening every day. Your voice is different now.
Listen, once Altair can smile again from below, everything will be good again.
There you go.
God bless you, sir. You're putting in the good work.
Growing pains suck, but I'm hopeful that all these guys come out stronger for it on the other side.
Indeed.
I'm sure they will. I have no transition. Let's talk about the big concert. Yes. Splash party.
That's me splashing you.
Stop it.
You're
I'm going
right.
to tell Mom.
Please don't tell Mother. You know I'm on thin ice.
She said if you fuck up one more time, she'll kill you.
I'm aware of what Mother will do, and I know she'll follow through.
Be strong, Clarence.
Tell me more about the Splash Party concert,
Be
brother.
strong for Mother. All right. Hololive Splash Party, the big 2-day concert event, kind of got fucked up a little bit.
This was almost like going into one bad thing into another bad thing, but they really pulled through on this.
I've described the past week as industry lows and personal highs. So we're still going through the industry issues right now.
Yeah.
We'll tell you about the great things that happened to us soon, though. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
you like us.
On the on the downside, we'll start with the bad stuff. It used to be that Hololive, when they were doing these live online concerts, they were teamed with Spawn Media. Apparently, there were some contract issues, software
know.
server issues. Something.
I think it was software, I believe. Yeah.
I heard something about like a lot of future stuff is just that they don't have anything planned for the immediate future, like on their site.
Yeah, Spawn is changing direction apparently as a company, and so they weren't going to be doing these live concert events anymore with Hololive. So Hololive teamed up with a new company called Xeon. Apparently, it's Z-AN is the way it's spelled. It could be Zon, could be Xeon. I don't know. Oh, Xeon, like the Gundam thing. Okay. Either way, they announced the day of the concert, maybe the day before, I don't know. But Xeon had some server issues, and the concert was not going to go ahead as planned. Originally, I think they were going to delay it, right?
Yeah.
And then they just decided, whatever, the first day's free. We're putting the whole thing up on YouTube. Here you go. Really cool move by Cover. That means everybody got to enjoy the first half of the entire concert. The first half being Splash Party Sunshine, I believe is what it was called.
Which was weird considering it aired at 11:30 p.m. our time.
Our time, yeah.
Am I if I just throw in a mention before we get too far into the actual concert?
Yeah, go for it.
Advent, we're doing a watch along on the day the stream was failing. I've only seen clips from it. Apparently, Advent really rolled very fucking well with the stream just melting down. Like, they just interacted as a group and just chit-chatted and, like, really filled the air and were really good at de-escalating the audience. So, kudos.
There you go. Good job, folks. You proved to be good hires. So, yes, the entire day one concert, still free to watch on YouTube. I watched it just the other day. It's really good. It's a fun concert. It's everybody running around in swimsuits because it's a splash party, and that's the point. The transitions between songs, they all pull out water guns and spray the screen, and then there's like a water transition. It's really nice. Good choreography. They're really making use of their giant ass studio. So they had like 8, 10, 12 people on stage at different times.
Yeah, the amount of work that had to have gone into both like physically and technology wise is insane.
Yeah, there was a lot going on here. So let's run through the set list for day one real quick on what you can check out. Let's see. They started off with Seishun Archive, which is the main theme for the event. It's a song specifically for this. That rolled into Ocean Wave Party, the new song by Umisi, which is quite good. I liked it a lot. Love Trap Muchu. This was Shishiwata, Shishoron, and Watame got together and sang this one. Wawa World, sung by Sakura, Miko, and Ame, which was really fun. This is also where I'd like to bring up that between songs, there were fun little skits that they did, or they had like conversations. And boy, Miko was very happy to get to be on stage with Ame. There was a lot of touching.
Yeah. And they decided they were going to have Miko read off English, and then Ame attempt to tell the audience what she was saying.
She was pretty successful, too.
Ame somehow was able to read just enough from what she was saying to tell us, because nobody in the audience had any idea what she was saying.
Yeah.
She's an investigator. She investigated the sentence.
She did good, too. She's one of the good ones. After that, we went on to Monera Genai Mon, which was Aqua and Shion together. Of course, the classic pairing of garlic and onion. Summer Song by Yui, which is an artist that I like because she did an anime opening for Full Metal Alchemist.
In for life.
As sung by and performed by Ozki and Iroha, which is a combination I did not expect.
There were a lot of interesting combinations this concert.
Yeah, like Shishiwata, Umisi, all of the Aqua Shion, well-established pairings and groups, right? And then you got Miko and Ame, which was just really fun. You got Ozki and Iroha, which was really cute. The next song was Dreaming Days, which was Mel, Aki, Fubuki, and Matsuri. And then you went on to Holotori Dance, which was all of Holotori.
The Burbs.
Of course. So we had the two songs that came out in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
From the groups, which was really fun. It was really fun to watch the Holotori Dance in 3D on stage, because they actually did the dance. It was really cute. From there, it was Freely Tomorrow, a Hatsune Miku joint, which was performed by Ollie, Anya, and Rene. This one was really fun. Also, I love this song. It's one of my favorites.
Classic Vocaloid.
Yes, it's so good. You have no idea how many times I played through this on Project Miko. Hatsune Miku's Project Diva. Cousin, you want to see big anime titties?
Fuck off, Roman.
The next song, I don't know what it's called, but it was Ollie, Anya, Rene, Muna, Yofi, and Risu, all dancing in 3D and singing. And then segments sung by Kaela, Zeta, and Kobo, who showed up on the screens in the background.
Because they don't have 3D models.
No, they don't. But it was great to see all of Holo ID together. Again, the last hologram that Holo ID was in, it had them stuck in screens as well. So I love that they're playing with it. It's really funny. After that, there was Guru Guru Wonderland by Subaru, Choco, and Luna, which is a great combination. And then, of course, we closed out with Shiny Smiley Story, the 2022 version, which was Pakora, Marine, Noel, and Flare, which is that's a power group right there. That is big numbers, big fame. Noel's big assets. Marine's big assets.
Why would you say that about a woman?
Because their literal personalities are focused around their chests sometimes.
Okay, but my eyes are on you.
Understandable. I do have a tendency to objectify people.
I know.
Like you. You dolt.
I'm a sexy dolt.
Goddamn right you are. Day 2.
Give it up for day 2.
Give it up for day 2. Day 2 ended up being streamed as normal at a discount. So it was half price. Instead of $37 US, it was about $20.
And I know they're refunding people that had already bought tickets before. It's going to take a while, apparently, but it is going to happen.
So I would like to say, the people in charge at Cover that were like, just put out the graduation announcement. Everyone will figure it out. Don't do that. That's bad. The people at Cover that were like, concert for free and put this one's half price. Good. That's good. Those are good calls. You made the audience happy with this. There was no making the audience happy with a graduation announcement. Don't get me wrong. But you didn't have to take the fucking talent down with you. That's my standpoint on that.
2 people meeting.
These are room for improvement. This isn't just blind criticism. This is like, please do a little better at that.
2 people meeting in the lunchroom, discussing their day. So there's this issue at the stream. So we decided we're just gonna have to take the hit because it's not gonna look good. We just money grub. So we gave the 1 day away for free. That's already like half off. We're discounting the other concert too because like it's already kind of embarrassing. Our stream had trouble. We thought that was a good way to like tell the audience that we are going to work to move up, and we don't really deserve that much money if our product is there. The talents all did great, and I'm looking forward to it. What'd you do today? I announced Vesper and Magni graduated. When? Like 5 minutes ago.
Did you let everybody know beforehand? Like the talent? Like the people that are the face of our company and that have to deal with this information being thrown at them?
Yeah, I added everyone to Teams.
Like, like a couple days ago, right?
No, like 5 minutes ago when after I announced it. Heads up.
Fuck! All right. I think our standpoints are pretty obvious.
Good standpoint. Good.
Carlos, do you have anything that you'd like to throw in on top of that?
Just that they kind of turned what would have been horrible.
Oh yeah, this could have been a shit show.
Just to end the whole week, and they somehow turned it, and like everybody was happy with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally no complaints. How could you complain? Half of it's free.
That's the thing.
It was actually more than half because you could watch the first.
It was 75% off, basically.
You could watch half of day 2 was also available for free.
Yeah, it's like $20 and you get the last hour of music and fun and games. Not a bad deal, frankly.
Watch 75% of it. Google Ame's karaoke. Move on.
There you go. After that, we got Kaela Kobo Zeta. Of course, did show up on streams. So we've had it before in the past where even before they get a 3D debut, if their 3D models are ready, they will show up at concerts. Specifically at HoloFest was a big one because that's where Ollie and those folks, Ollie, Rene, and who am I forgetting? Anya, all showed up with their 3D models at HoloFest earlier this year before their debuts. So obviously the models for these 3 just aren't ready yet. It's just not a thing. There were 150,000 plus people watching day 1, which was great turnout, fantastic numbers, frankly. Mm-hmm. There's still 30 minutes of part 2 available, like we alluded to. So you get the first third of the concert for free on YouTube. And if you want to pay the roughly $18, $20, you can finish out the rest of it.
It's just kind of crazy that day 1's free and then like half of day 2 is free. So that's practically the whole event.
Yes. And then at the end of day 1, they revealed a new Hololive. Jeez, I can't talk. Hololive x Honeyworks collaboration. So I don't know what that means. Does anybody know what that means?
Which one? The Honey one?
Yeah, Honeyworks.
Oh, Honeyworks. Those are. I actually had to Google this. This is like a Vocaloid story music group.
Ah.
So the big deal about getting them is there's going to be a lot more pop music, a lot more storytelling, possibly. Basically, Hololive went out of their way to reach out to a proven group of a long track record and dedicated fandom who tends to focus on storytelling, and they have gone, yep, we're just going to be working with them a ton. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of that, if we're going to see something similarly narrative, or if it's just going to be, we like their songs, lol.
It's just, the previous one was with Deco 27.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
This is just another like collab for them.
Yeah.
Because I've listened to a lot of Honeyworks music. They do really good music, too.
Hell yes. So that's a lot to look forward to right there in the future. The next thing to look forward to, though, is Hololive Devis. What is that?
Nobody knows.
Cool.
Good question.
Moving on.
See, they've been showing cryptid teasers that sometimes show people. Is it a thing? Is it a project? Is it new VTubers? Is it just a thing?
It seems to be an app.
Possibly an app.
It does.
Maybe
seem
it's
to
a
be an
curated box of snacks delivered bi-weekly.
app. It could be.
Hololive
is
snacks, spiders.
Well, the trailer for it was 30 seconds long, and it just showed a woman looking at her phone with an app that said, Dev is on it and running off somewhere. And all the other videos on the channel have just been 10-second countdown videos. And that's all we've got.
The big thing is, like, it has, like, assets. It has, like, character designs we haven't seen before.
But it's all...
But there's nothing.
It's all real life footage, too. It's not animated or anything.
So I'm leaning toward it being an app, but I really nobody knows what exactly this is going to be right now.
It has its own YouTube channel, so it's going to be weird if it's something like extremely substantial. Like if it's like actually new people, it's weird. They're going to be on like a YouTube channel named for a project. I don't know. This is like what Hololive does. They announce like Hololive 358 over 2 days, and it's up to you to figure it out.
Yeah, they'll talk about it in the future, but
there's speculation with it being dev, with like dev being part of the name, that it might be some sort of official group that they're forming for like for actual development of
I could see
something.
I could see it being game development. If I was Hololive and I was looking at HoloCure, I'd be like, that is a fuck ton of money we're not making.
True.
And we're also acting.
I mean, they are making their own sort of game, so.
Yeah. They already had like the Hololive horror game, if I recall correctly, which like I saw like some people play through and it's like, I don't understand what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Or like,
the one where Sora is the main character.
yeah. It's
Well,
scary.
It would make sense with they have their own app right now, only
Yeah.
available in Japan.
It's called Holo Plus.
Yeah. And they also have
It just came out today.
Yeah, it literally just came out today.
And they also have Hollow Earth. So they're getting into the industry for that kind of stuff.
They want to very badly be in the game space.
And that's the thing is they are at their heart, they're sort of a technology company. They claim to be / idol company. They wear many hats. So it's going to be interesting to see what this is. The Holo Plus app is literally just a community app. So it's just Twitter for VTuber fans, apparently.
Yeah. Twitter for those who will not have a lineage.
Yes. So it's Japan only, just came out today. I'm looking forward to Jimmy's on it. Jimmy Jimmy the Weeb.
Yeah.
He is on it. So I do know that he posted on Twitter that he's a member already.
What do you two think about apps like these though?
I'll probably download it and mess with it when it comes out.
I'll look at it, especially because it's going to help with researching for the podcast. But generally speaking, I like to keep a small footprint. I don't foresee myself posting.
Because HoYoverse has an app just like this for their games. And
Hello, Mona fans. How's it going?
I hate that stupid app so much.
I love the strength of it.
And by the way,
You don't want to talk to other HoYoverse fans, the sane community?
no, and I hate how every single one of their games, they try everything in their power to force you to open that app at every possible
Paimon will
moment.
die if you don't open it.
No,
no.
and on top of that, if you load it up, if you load the web version of it on your computer, it takes like 30 seconds to load.
Please put me on a phone. I'm suffering.
You don't know how to program for computers. We're a mobile game company.
Well, thank you, Carlos. I appreciate hearing that strong opinion.
Oh, man. Vshojo had a concert at the same time as Splash Party. This would have worked out better for them if Splash Party hadn't been free suddenly. But they did have a concert. I think it was like, what, $30 for a ticket? Something like that?
Something like that. This was kind of an unfortunate night if you were a fan of VTubers like us, because there was like 5 things going on at the same time that night. That was pretty rough.
Yeah, there was a lot going on this weekend. Has been very busy. But the Vshojo concert, the big news from that, aside from it being a fun concert that seems like everybody had a really good time, they teased a new member at the end of the concert. And at first people were like, is it a new member? And Iron Mouse was like, it's an invitation. Of course it's a new member. And then she was like, it's actually me. I'm graduating and coming back as a new person. Because she trolls.
Aha, you see.
Indeed.
It's a joke.
It is. It is a funny fun.
Yeah, I saw that on her Twitter. She was posting photos of like, oh man, mysterious pink invite silhouettes.
Here we
So
go.
it's like, yeah, Vshojo's getting people.
Yeah. And they're getting at least one person on September 2nd at 8 p.m. They put out a new little 30-second trailer that specified when this was happening. So there you go. New member, September 2nd, 8 p.m.
What if
8
it's
p.m. Eastern.
What if it's just a second Shiori? Same model, same everything.
Just Shiori 2.
Yeah. So I had a thought earlier. I just want to share it because it's a funny bit.
Mm-hmm.
I would pay moolah dollars to see someone do like a last stand stream where it's like you get graduated from a company and then you go, no motherfucker, come here. I'm streaming till you turn it off.
Oh, I was thinking a battle royale where only one person doesn't get graduated. Everyone gets everyone.
What, you mean Ninja Sanji?
Oh my god. Oh. Rough.
I'm still
Sorry, Fumoko stopped by.
I'm still mostly avoiding anything regarding them. Just my mind is not in a good space for that.
For Niji Sanji.
For Niji Sanji.
Ninja Sanji has so many fucking funny and talented people.
Dude,
It sucks ass.
Yeah, it just is what it is. Let's not rag too hard because I feel like we can't
I
be
hate
constructive.
ragging on Ninja Sanji. It's just that it's really funny every time I do it, at least to me.
I mean, yeah, it is. Don't get me wrong, but it's also like heartbreaking because, like, God, there are so many talented people that work there, even behind the scenes. But like,
Just get
they've
Pomu
just been
out.
on such a not without Solid.
Grab them both, put them somewhere else.
The point is that like Ninja Sanji's been having a rough run. We hope that things get better for them. They really need to. Real quick, here's something that's not in the script.
Oh, I'm scared.
Have you ever looked at the cost of being a VTuber?
I'm assuming, depending on what you want to do, getting a model is probably like 500, 900 just for the art, and then you have to rig it. Then you have to get the software. We're going to assume you already have a gaming PC.
I think the base for starting is usually like a few $100s for a basic model to start.
Depending on what you're doing and how much money you have.
And then you
what
use
you're aiming for. Yes.
And then you use like free phone apps to stream if you really don't have any money.
I was just browsing earlier and I came across somebody that was putting they said that it's a model up for adoption, but then they were like it's 1,300 euro for it. And that's with 12 toggles, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, toggles are really good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that right away.
So, like, that's pretty cool. Like, but I mean, you're right.
It's
You
all
were
right.
basically right with the money.
Yeah.
It's a good amount of money. You're going to have to spend a lot if you want to have a nice model.
Yeah.
That's most of the VTubers I've seen have, like, stuff that they've rigged themselves. Most of the indie VTubers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially the folks under 1,000 subs, et cetera, et cetera. They've all got or under 1,000 followers, that kind of stuff. They all have, self-made models, things like that. Some of them are really neat. Some of them are really interesting that I've seen. One of the ones I thought was really interesting was a person who had made their own model, like they made the art and they rigged it and everything, and it was a plant VTuber, and they could change the seasons. So they had like a winter where they were all like withered, and then they had like a springtime where they were covered in flowers.
That's cute.
Like it's a really neat idea, and so like I love the limitations because that's where you see the innovation.
Yeah, I saw someone they're doing an Armored Core stream, and they had steps of their VTuber models like in a display, like they're in the mech.
Yeah.
And the super chats were people butting in. It's like, I don't know, like, please drink your confirmation can to continue.
Yeah.
And then when his robot died, it went
That's pretty sweet.
pretty badass, actually.
So fucking cool. I love when people do that. Yeah, I had never really thought about the amount of money it would take to actually get a fully rigged model, but I saw 1,300 euro and I was like, I guess that makes sense, but
It does.
because there's so much that goes into it. I've seen a little bit of the rigging tech, and if you have a well-rigged model, that's a lot of points of articulation.
Yes.
So
Rigging
I can't
is an art
imagine.
form.
It's so funny that Iron Mouse has like 400 models because each one of those things has to be 5K. Like,
It's not like she's spending that money on like a car.
no, and that's the thing is like she's
This
spending.
is my Ferrari.
That's
Does it
the
flip?
She loves putting that money back into the community and like supporting the people that helped her get to where she's at. So
Because all of her models are super high quality.
Yes.
shout out to that little known VTuber Iron Mouse.
She
for
needs all the
just
help she
being
can get.
She's great. Love that mouse. All right. Let's talk about something cool that happened for us this week. Actually, it's a couple things.
Hello, everyone. We're super chats.
We are. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for coming in at the middle of the video.
I wanted to continue things as normally as I could for the first bit. Thank you. So the first thing that happened this week was I posted the video on Friday, as always. It was episode 28. And as I remember it, we got, within 20 minutes of it going live, a comment, which is fairly unusual. We don't usually have anybody watch us.
Those viewers scare me, and I will not associate with them.
Yes. Suddenly we were being perceived. And we've gotten, a few comments here and there in the past, and we've always had a couple views, But this time was different because this time the view and the comment was from GX Aura, the new Opera web browser VTuber that we had discussed last week because she had just debuted. Turns out she's really nice, and she watched, at the very least, the segment of us talking about her. So if you're watching again, hi, Aura. You did some really cool streams this week. Your karaoke was really good.
Do you ever have that moment where you're talking about someone who you perceive to be someone who will not speak of you, and then they reply to the words you say very soon after they're exposed to them?
This is like a first.
I'm going to talk
like a first and a half.
I'm going to talk about Ryan Gosling a lot more often. Just to say.
Stop. Please. He's not a VTuber. He's not coming for you.
He could. He could for both. So, hi. Nice to meet you, Madam Opera. I have a couple questions. First of all, I appreciate your comment. I read it. Very good stuff. You articulate yourself very well and genuinely flattered. I'd be happy if a normal random person watched us, but instead it's someone who is like actually doing the Vtubing thing and is no doubt very busy debuting, figuring things out, coming up with ideas, reading comments from people who matter who are not us. You went out of your way to look up a podcast that looks like this and went, I'll absorb enough of this and let them know how I feel. That's rare.
How dare
That's
you? She called our set cute.
She did.
And
it is.
That's very kind of her. To that,
it's modest, but it's well-meaning.
Indeed.
Not Iris.
So to that I say, first of all, your community outreach game, God tier. You have seen a podcast 20 people have seen. Good work. Thank you. Appreciate that. My question is, are you okay? My second question is, are we doing good? Are we doing good? Please tell me, are we doing good? Good God, I'm being perceived in the eye. I need to know it cares. Please tell me, does it get better? Thank you.
Okay, that's Cam's reaction. Carlos, do you have a reaction for this?
My mind is still kind of blank on the whole thing, honestly.
He has not experienced the feelings yet. It's okay.
The only thing I'll say so far is we were perceived. So what turned into I was going to keep tabs on you, as I have been for the last few months, because I have been following your Twitter account and I have been reading most of your tweets. What turned into following was me actively attempting to go to Twitch for once and actually watch your streams.
He sticks to YouTube all the time.
Yeah, I have downloaded Opera GX to keep even better tabs.
Oh, there we go.
I can't wait to make it a
better
duty.
tabs, I see.
Yeah,
yes. Hey. I guess the only thing I'd like to say is, first of all, I don't expect you to come back and keep watching us, but you did say that you would, so I'll be sad.
Please don't. You've done more than enough. You have better things.
Honestly and earnestly, thank you for stopping by. I said in my reply that I'm really grateful for the comment, and I do mean that. It's really cool that you're very obviously very dedicated to the community. I will also, of course, offer the same retraction I already did on Twitter, which is that Aura does not drink ketchup. I misspoke, and I apologize.
Yeah, I didn't want to say in the moment. I thought while we're doing it, it's like, that is very inaccurate information.
Don't you try and recast that occurrence.
Here's what's happening. I can win or I can go down with you.
Sorry for making assumptions after seeing the picture in your debut stream of you drinking ketchup.
Yes.
I will avoid using my eyes in the future, ma'am.
I feel like I've had to say that to many women. Moving on.
Nick. Always the coward, always the character.
Always in trouble.
So we're still in the us segment.
Yes.
So fans of our podcast, this is your least favorite segment.
I would also like to say thank you to everybody who's shown up in the past week. Our strange weekend began with a comment from a really good VTuber and then continued on when I posted a TikTok. Now we're being perceived by more than a VTuber. We're being perceived by 30,000 people that watched our TikTok. What?
It's important to note, too, TikTok views are counted very liberally. It's usually just how often the video is served. We have comments, too, like quite a few. We have been perceived by humans who are able to respond, and they have responded often in equal measures of levity, at times strangely negative, but not too bad, all things considered. We have been viewed. Wow. I never thought all this content we've been making would be seen.
That's the weird thing.
Yeah.
We're now at an interesting point where we've gone from getting a few people that check out the podcast every week, which has been really great, to a few more people that check out the podcast every week. And also we had like one TikTok that did really good.
I know, right? I thought this was just like our personal diary that I'd come back in 10 years and wonder what I was doing with my life.
Literally, like the main thing that sold me on it was when I went to that stupid podcast panel. It's like, hey, even if it doesn't go anywhere, you can always look back at these videos and feel good about it. It's like, yeah, let's just do it for the lulz. And now it's been perceived. It's been viewed. And this isn't even like super success. This is just like, oh, people are actually watching and there's quite a few of them. That's where we're at now. We went from people are watching us to there's quite a few of them and you really like some of them too.
It's incredibly different for us and very strange. And also I'm incredibly grateful. Thank you everybody for stopping by, giving us a chance, hanging out with us. It's sincerely very appreciated.
Once we reach about 500 subs, we'll be holding a poll to remove Carlos. He will not hold it against you, so please vote honestly. Just bear in mind, if you ban Carlos from the podcast, we will not have anything.
Yeah,
we
he's
will not
the
have
one that writes all the notes.
We will have no talking points ready. It will just be me and Nick going, have you seen this? And me going, no.
Unless it's Shiori, I have not seen it. I apologize.
I haven't seen a Fuamoko. That's why we're good for each other.
Pow, pow.
Pow, pow.
Thank you, everybody, for dealing with whatever the fuck this is.
Genuinely, thank you. I am taking pills here on out.
All right, let's get back to the actual podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to hop into some news bits, smaller stories that are not, obviously the big events that we started off with. First of which, Bow Bow.
Bow Bow.
Advent memberships are now open. You can become a ruffian for real. A paid member, a paid ruffian. You can also become whatever else you want. I'm going to become a paid
ruffian.
Pebble, I think, because I really like that rock.
Pebble paid.
What is Shiori's group called? Puppets or something?
Novelites.
Novelites?
Because novella.
Oh.
And also it makes more sense to like Shioriites. Shiars. Yeah, I think you're like in the Meowthia.
Oh, yes, the sharts.
Because
No, not that.
I know how like her fans are like cat mafia, the Neophia or whatever, the Meowthia.
Who's that?
That's Shiori, like your cat mobsters if you join her group. Which is weird. She has a lot of theming going on that clashes. I just want to watch a goth girl eat bugs and be like, that's not bad.
Now, does she actually eat the bugs?
Yes, I believe she had a bug snack stream already where she did in fact eat them.
Yes, she did.
And she's
she
doing
ate
a second
mealworm.
one.
It was very entertaining. What are Narissa's group? What are they called?
Kiara Simps.
No, that's right. Me and my pals.
Yeah.
That's us, baby.
I actually don't know.
I'm trying to find it right now, but she is the demon of soup. That is well known. I don't know. I'll see what I can find out, I guess.
Scorpio, you didn't have to tell me that, sister.
Shut up. Oh my god. And I really like Narissa. Like, this entire generation is so good.
This is a banger generation.
It's really hard to keep up with everybody, and that's where I'm failing.
I can't be like pessimistic. It's like, fuck, everyone's funny.
Dude, it's really hard to... I'm just going to quit my job. That's it. I'm going to quit my job, and I'm going to watch HoloLive all day because it's my only option.
What a way to stay happy and enjoy things.
That's all I can think.
Because funny story about that. So as I was writing notes until 1:40 a.m. This morning on a work day when I had to be up in the morning,
Smart.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch some stuff last minute. There's some important things that I want to watch to add to the notes. And what did I do instead? I watched Yuko Yurei bash her keyboard and clean it.
There you go.
For 2 hours,
Which is pretty solid, frankly, as a choice.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah. Jailbirds, by the way, are what Narissa's group are
Oh,
called.
yeah, that makes sense.
I can't believe I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's too much information to try and keep up on. So anyway, if you want to if you want to pay any of them $5 a month in order to get really cool emotes, there you go. They are now available. Iroha got a 3.0 update, as have many other Hololive members. She can now stick her tongue out. She's got shiny eyes. She's got all the accoutrements. She moves a little bit better. It's all pretty solid stuff. You guys seen anything?
Strangely, no.
See, here's the thing. Iroha doesn't get clipped a lot. At least not on my timeline. So she's like a blind spot for me. It's like Anya and Zeta. Like, for some reason, they just don't get recommended by the algorithm for me. And I like all of them, but...
The first time I heard Iroha speak was the animation.
Oh, the hologram?
Yeah, that's the first time I heard her ever.
So here's something fun that Carlos and I have been watching Rurouni Kenshin, the new one the remake that's been coming out. Mm-hmm. And so now I understand why she's always like Degazaru, because Kenshin does that shit too, because it's just an old-timey samurai thing, I guess. It's just that way of speaking.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a reference. Mio's birthday was this past week. She did a stream. She did all the normal stuff. All of it very, very good. She also has an album coming out. It is called Night Walk. It will be out on December 7th. It will have 10 songs.
10 songs.
It's a good number of songs.
I'd put 10 songs in my album.
I didn't even know that she sung,
Oh,
honestly.
you have some learning to do. She did a cover of that Radwimps song from Your Name, and it is phenomenally good. It's such a good song.
Ooh, we almost heard it.
Oh, no. It got taken down for a long time, and everyone was very upset about it. And then it got restored because they came to an agreement with the company that owns the rights, I guess. So, yes. Also, she has her first original song, I believe, was called My Howling, which is like a fun song to listen to. Anyway, just in general, I like Mio a lot. Big fan.
Big fan.
All right. I sure hope we don't have anything else to talk about that makes Nick happy. Hey, Nick.
Kiara announced her album, finally. It's called Point of View. She accidentally I don't know if it was an accident. She asked her members a while ago something about it, and I was like, are we allowed to talk about that?
I'm paying for this. I'm like, this is like an NDA.
Yeah. So I just didn't say anything about it because I was like, that feels weird to just bring to the public. But now that it is public, I don't feel bad about it. But yes, she has an album. The pre-order for physical copies is August 29th. That's in the past for you people watching.
It's out.
Yes. So the digital release is on August 29th/30th.
Oh my God. It's now.
It's out. It's on Apple and Spotify and on everything else. So grab it where you can. YouTube Music, Amazon Music, blah, blah, blah. There are a lot of collaborators for this album. She has tons of them. The first 5 songs on the album are new, not released before to my knowledge personally. The last 5 songs are her big songs that she's already released. Do You and Holotori and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So I haven't had the chance personally to sit down and just listen to it. I look forward to it, though.
I've heard like a couple seconds from the new songs, and I saw Callie's tweet where she has immediately clung on to the saddest song and said the lyrics are great.
Shocker.
I guess that's something to listen to at work tomorrow.
There we go.
You're going to be busy at work, bud.
You know what else you can listen to?
Oh, no, what?
Suisei has a new music video for Soiree.
Stop being happy.
Never. Never. This is my fucking shit.
Kicks table.
I apologize for the way I act. Except I don't. So, Soiree is a song from her second album. It's really good. The video is like a 3D her dancing the whole time in like a clock tower. It's really good. I like it. You should watch it right now. Go do it.
Yes, Dad.
There you go. Her second album is Shouting Crisis, by the way.
I do remember Shouting Crisis.
Yes. The Blu-ray's coming available now. That's one of the other things. That's
Chill.
happening. Yes, I am. She also did a YouTube Music Weekend event this weekend. So she did she has a Blu-ray of her live from her first album, and now she is releasing the Blu-ray for the live from her second album. And this is a mix of both of those. It's a
Okay.
few songs from the first live concert, a few songs from the second live concert. They're all available free to watch on YouTube now because of the YouTube Music Weekend. It's all really good stuff. The other cool thing from this is that as part of the YouTube Music Weekend, Midnight Grand Orchestra also put out a live concert. This was interesting because this is Suisei and also a bunch of other people.
Real
Like
humans.
Yeah, real humans. There's a strings section. Like there's 2 drummers.
Stringsman.
Yes.
What was actually kind of interesting and also kind of weird about this was it was like a full concert. So it was,
6 or 7 songs, right?
yeah. Well, I think it was only half the concert because I think the full thing will be on the Blu-ray later.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But
That I don't know because as far as I know, the Midnight Grand Orchestra one, like there's not like a Blu-ray for that.
okay, I wasn't sure what. There's a Blu-ray for this, but I didn't know if it was the actual like concert that was on it or if it's just the music.
Okay, so maybe there is. I just didn't know about that then.
I don't know. I read it in the comments. They were selling stuff, so.
It makes sense. You got to make money somehow.
But it's a full. It's a concert, so you have like the splash party type thing. You have a not real background that they're doing this concert in, which then they put Suisei in, but then they also have the band like green
live
screened
musicians.
into it, so you can see like the edge, like the funny edges around their hair and everything, where it doesn't look quite right.
Star Wars Episode 2.
So it's a little weird because Suisei looks better in it because she's not being green screened.
Because she's not real, Carlos.
Yes, there is a Blu-ray actually of their first live. So this was excerpts from their first live. Got it. We have clarified our position on the matter. Please do not ask questions further.
No comments. We're closing the comments section because we made one mistake.
Yes, that is how things go. So also they are doing this in anticipation of their second mini album, which is called Starpeggio, which makes sense.
Arpeggio and stars.
Yes, Hoshiyomi is the star person, you see.
Oh, stars.
And finally, in the last little bit of Suisei news, she will be at the Aso Rock Festival Fire live on September 30th. She will be the first VTuber to ever play an open-air concert. And she will be the final act of day 1. She's the finale, baby.
Woo.
I remember hearing, or we briefly mentioned that before. I didn't know that she was going to be the final act for it.
Me either until I was reading through the announcement about this.
She's like the ACDC of VTubers.
Brian Johnston would be proud. Wow! For those about to rock. Wow! I was wondering about how far I should go with that, and I went too far anyways.
I go too far. I was born and like, oh, too far already.
It's okay.
Keep it up.
Narissa has released her third cover. I believe it's her third. It is from Madoka Magica.
Is it the OP?
It's Magia.
It's Magia. Cool song. I don't like that anime. Let's move on.
I love that anime and I love that song.
Here's where the hate comes for me, because I don't like Madoka very much.
I'm Carlos. I like both of those things.
Yeah, everyone likes Madoka a lot. It's just for some reason I bounced off that anime really hard.
Imagine sometimes not liking things other people like, and then it's like,
Must conform.
I don't know. I just like watching the horribly violent, dark anime that that don't look like they're supposed to be.
I don't like that's fine. I enjoy quite a lot of those, but Madoka was just I didn't like it very much. Ame and Akai Hato. Akai Hato, also known as Haachama, who has been on hiatus for quite some time due to some extended health reasons, it appears. Thankfully, we talked about this a little while ago. She was in the hospital for quite some time. Thankfully, she's recovering at home now, as far as we know. Again, as always, we wish her a very speedy recovery. And at some point, she recorded a cover song with Ame. And so this is out on Ame's channel. It's a really cute little cover. It is, let's see here.
More One Night.
More One Night it's from Girls Last Tour, which is a show I've been meaning to watch for about 7 years. Really cool show from what I've heard. I've wanted to watch it for a long time. I just haven't actually thrown myself at it yet. But the song is really cute. It's a really fun listen. At one point at Girls Last Tour, they drive around in like a little tank and stuff. And in this video, they're driving around in a tiger tank from World War II Germany for some reason. Probably because it's one of the most famous tanks of all time.
And everyone commenting on it's just like, oh no, why would you give those two a tank?
Why would you give them that tank? That's my question. You could have given them a Sherman. You could have given them a Chihi, which is an actual Japanese tank. You could have given them anything. And you're like, Tiger. Okay, fine. Your choice, guys. It's all on you. But yes, cute girls, cute song, very blonde, like a lot. Cameron, thoughts? Thank you. Carlos.
Very cute.
Thank you. Council had a 2-year anniversary.
I hate them.
You love them.
All of them.
You love them.
Shut up.
You love them. You love that rat. I do love that rat. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the rat. What's her? The brat rat.
The brat.
Yes. Mr. Squeaks. That's his name.
Mr. Squeaks.
Yes. Thank you, Harley Quinn.
You're welcome.
Perfect response. Thank you. They have been doing anniversary streams all week long. Fauna.
Man.
In 3D.
I love Fauna.
Man, I love Fauna.
Man, I love Fauna.
Hat. Order now.
Yes.
Geekjack.net.
Available or just from the Hololive shop. Yeah. Yes, she announced a hat. It says, Man, I love Fauna. You can buy it, and you can wear it.
Buy the triple or quadruple meme hat. However memes you think are crammed into this thing, there's a lot of them.
Confuse your friends and family.
During the stream, she also green screened herself, but she can't use green screen because she is green, which means she purple screened herself?
Purple, blue.
She did her best. She made herself easy to cut out, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fauna. The memes will be coming your way, as they always do.
Yeah, this was a very kind of normal, unfortunately, or fortunately for, I don't know, for the audience maybe. It was very scuffed to start.
As always.
She could not figure out how to get this to work. It took her several minutes.
Sit down around the fire, children, and let me tell you of the Hololive curse. You see, at the beginning of every stream from Hololive EN, shit gets fucked. From there, sometimes they recover, sometimes they have to end the stream and restart their computer. Either way, it's always fun. This was no exception. There was no Fauna at the beginning. I like the part where she was like, I'm in the background. Can you find me? And then someone was like, you're right there on that poster. And she's like, shut up.
In the beginning, there was no Fauna. And then, an explosion.
And then a MILF.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I love Fauna.
Yeah, I was watching that happen where she couldn't figure out like how to get herself on the screen or something. Something was going on. And she's like, oh, just try to find me in here somewhere. And she's like messing around with her computer, trying to get it to work. And I have the chat open, and I see just one guy in the comments go, the Splash Party poster in the back. And then a minute later, she's like, you're right. You got it. You found me. Wait, you weren't. That wasn't supposed to happen. This was supposed to be rigged.
Damn it. How did he do that? She went through, because she was in 3D, she did a bunch of different poses for people. She tried to do a split. How'd that go?
No.
She made it about halfway and then realized her room was too small to go any further.
Still better than me. She did some squats. She did a mermaid pose, quote unquote. Of course she did. She did a flip.
Trust her.
The motion capture just didn't catch it, though.
Oh, yeah. Trust her. She definitely did a flip.
Here's the pose we're missing. She began with the Mr. Beast pose.
Jimmy? And then, of course, she twirled. She did like to do twirls. I saw the clip of that.
She was loving her like big fluffy skirt.
Yes, she was very happy with her skirt. She liked to spin around, and she definitely kicked in the air and showed off what was underneath it. Thank you, Fauna.
Thank you, Fauna.
Man, I love Fauna.
That worked out even better apparently in her sports stream that I didn't get to watch, where
She was no, that's the one where she did the high kick.
she did the high kick in that one, and she was not wearing spats for that one.
Oh no.
She was just in her bathing suit, and it. We got to see a lot of angles, man.
Sweet, sweet summer.
Yes,
Wow.
she likes to twirl.
Wow.
Tell me about the memes. I do like memes a lot.
There are memes.
Since she's been doing all these 3D streams, she has been on a roll. Like she's been coming out with so much golden meme content these last few days. This was no exception.
So she did basically similar to what Bijou did recently when Bijou did a green screen Zetsu, where she just did memes the entire time so that people can cut them out and use them in reaction videos and such. Mm-hmm. She basically just went through some of the classics. The Just Do It, she did that one. She did Caramel Dancing. She did a happy reaction, a sad reaction, an upset reaction.
This right here. This is good shit.
This disgusts me one was especially great.
That one's going to get used a lot, isn't it?
So little discuss Fauna. It's noteworthy whenever she disapproves.
We also did, I loved this part, the Faunaception. Yeah. So last year for her first anniversary, she did a live reaction to her debut stream. And this year for her second anniversary, she did a live reaction to her to her first anniversary stream. So we just had like 3 Faunas progressively getting smaller, debuting, reacting to the debut, and then reacting in exactly the same way to the previous reaction. She's the same person.
She has not grown at all.
No.
Zero growth.
No, it happened all the time where she'd be like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And then the second Fauna, oh yeah, that's kind of cool.
Every time, dude. It's so good. So yes, there was a lot of fun with this. What is this slapping and kissing that took place though? I must have missed this somehow.
At some point, I don't know where the slapping came from, but at some point, because she was in 3D, so she was still struggling with it. So her model was actually turned like back, so she was facing away from us. So she just rolled with it from there, and she went and like slapped Fauna too.
Plus, I'm having a flashback to when Miko was streaming and she had the cutout of Ame and was just like, oh, Ame. And started like making out with a cardboard cutout of Ame, basically.
Well, that kind of happened on here too, because at some point Fauna 2 said something like, kiss me. And then Fauna 3 is like, current Fauna, she knew it was coming. So she's like, I got to get ready for this. And then she starts like kissing herself. when
Man, she loves Fauna.
Man, she loves Fauna. And of course, past Fauna was like, I'm not a competitive person. And current Fauna in chat were like, lol, no.
Lol.
What a lie. Why would you lie like this?
Big lie. Huge lie.
All right. She also did an unarchived karaoke. Tons of fun. Lots of dancing. She kicked her chair. Did a couple encores. Mm-hmm. Overall, just a good time. If you ever get the chance to watch one of any talent's unarchived karaoke, I recommend it strongly. It's always very fun.
It's always, we've noted several times, Fauna is not a good singer. She is a fun singer.
Oh, yeah. She gets into it. Like, that's my favorite. It's like, if you're doing karaoke, it's not about being the best singer in the room. It's about having the most fun.
Yep.
That's how karaoke wins. That's why it's great. You know what's crazy, though?
What?
Fubuki's got a wine.
Fubuki Wine. Fubuki Wine. Bathe in the Fubuki Wine.
I would. Remember that time I was going to bring Pakora wine back from Japan and I fucked up because I'm a fucking idiot? I do.
You're not a fucking idiot. You're just a massive mistake.
You're right. This is part of a 3-wine collaboration. Noel's wine came out earlier this year. Fubuki's wine has just come out, and Louis' wine is coming out in another month or so.
Can I ask something treasonous?
Go ahead.
What is the difference?
So they're all honey wines, but they all are flavored in different ways.
Okay.
You're going to have to do more research than that. I tried to order several bottles of this already, and they do not ship to the United States, so get wrecked, me.
You know, I bet you can probably still buy it from like proxy company.
That's pretty much the only option I can imagine.
Because honestly, there's a lot of proxy companies out there that you can practically buy anything from Japan anymore. There's probably someone out there that's willing to get it for you.
I mean, that's true.
It's just you're gonna pay more for it, obviously.
These wines are from Amataka Brewery. It is a 3-wine collaboration with Hololive, like I said, and they're all floral wines apparently.
Interesting. Okay, I'm willing to accept this as sufficient.
There's more information out there. I just thought it was neat because anime girl that I like on bottle. So
I don't drink at all, so it's just kind of neat to me.
yeah, it's just kind of interesting. All right, let's talk about some streams that we liked this week.
Streams we like this week.
I mean, we already sort of did with a bunch of the Fauna stuff, but you know what? We'll let it slide. Shiori has discussed her Oshis while playing Needy Streamer Overload.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't see much of this is like I'm kind of done with Needy Streamer as a game.
Fair enough.
It's a very like maximalist vibe. It's a hard game to watch, in my opinion. Like I did my full playthrough. I watched Callie play it. I am good.
It's definitely a stream where the reaction of the talent is the most fun thing. Are they going to throw up a censor image? Are they going to freak out?
All I saw was Shiori do a poll for like, what do you guys think we should do? Oh, y'all want to have sex, huh?
Pretty much the answer all the
She
time.
was mildly disappointed in chat after that. She's like,
I don't know
guys,
how she could expect anything different.
she's like, guys, do we take her to the hospital or do we take her to bed? Please make the smart answer. And after like 5 minutes, and it was a straight 50-50 on the poll.
It's like those mobile game ads where it's like, save her, fuck her.
What will you choose?
Kick baby downstairs. Oh no, why'd I do that? Download now.
Every time. No, those streams are later on. A lot of people have been playing those mobile games, though.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah, those ones.
Anyways, Shiori was playing Needy Streamer Overload. That was the big news. She, what the fuck is Japanese tourism VTuber? What does this mean?
Well, she was discussing her
She was
Oshis.
discussing her Oshis. Because if you remember when,
She was boxy about them before.
Yeah.
She was like cagey. Like, I can't say who.
yeah, they asked her about it before and she refused to say anything. And she still mostly refused to say anything this time too. But she told us who they were without naming them.
So there was a Japanese tourism VTuber. There was a Japanese water promotional VTuber. There's another one she didn't talk about very much at all, but it's there. They're there. And apparently all of her Oshis are very old VTubers that likely have graduated, which makes sense. Shiori, if you know from her earlier streams, knows a lot about the history of VTubing. She's been in this game for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently Shiori's squirrel friend found her forever tree trunk.
I need anything, Carlos.
Carlos, yeah, I'm lost on this.
She was getting into a conversation about relationships.
Okay.
And she didn't want to go into the, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend terms. So she's like, my squirrel friend found her forever tree trunk.
I still don't get it. I don't understand. Is she talking about Risu?
No.
No.
Maybe we'll just leave it at that.
She's
then.
speaking in code, the language of the gods, if you will.
It is a code for something else.
I don't.
You have to think about it.
I don't want to.
Squirrel friend
Squirrel.
found her
Sounds-
forever tree trunk. She's dead.
Oh no.
She's
Speaking of dead animals, Fauna Zoo is filled with them.
God tier. Good transition.
So Fauna's
Yeah.
been. She's got a zoo going.
So-
Is this in Minecraft? Is this in?
No, she has returned to the hit game that I fucking love, Planet Zoo. Look up the clip of Mumei playing Planet Zoo and sees a bear and goes, "Look at that tushy." Breaking my 7-year streak of not hearing the word tushy. Thank you, Mumei. Fauna has returned to Planet Zoo after not playing it for a little bit. She went to work on her zoo a bit. It was very funny. She loves the animals. They're very cute. She loves, I think it's tapirs. And she was
tapers, yeah.
like, her zoo is like
Tapirs.
70% of the money she makes is from the bug walk, where she just made like a path with like a ton of bug exhibits. Biggest issue during this stream is since it's a little late into the file, she has reached the point where everything is dying. Like, and the issue with Planet Zoo is like, these are some pretty good depictions of animals. You just see a fucking capybara walk up and go, oh. Just Fauna go, no!
The capybara just crumples.
It does, and it makes a little noise.
So this is a repeat of watching Ina like accidentally kill her Pikmin. Then
God, I love it.
God.
Ina's Pikmin streams are like S tier shit.
I can't even be like, oh, it's so funny. Her Pikmin are dead. I'm just like, no, Ina, she's sad.
But oh my God, just every fucking time Fauna's like, like, oh boy, I got this new animal. An armadillo is dying.
Not the armadillo. I mean, armadillo.
It's just fucking great. I love tycoon games, but the only way I can watch them be played is when it's with a strong personality. Fauna's is strong enough to carry. Very good stream. I couldn't stop laughing. That's it for me.
The only time I've really watched tycoon streams at all is when Let's Game It Out does them.
Let's Game It Out doesn't play them, right?
No, he doesn't. That's not what he does. He games it out, man. All right. Bae won 1 million yen.
If she had $1 million from Japan. So yeah, I actually saw this.
I saw this too. It was pretty intense. It was basically a stream where Bae was like, wait, they're giving away prizes? How many are they giving away?
So here's how it works. They have a pool of prizes. One of the prizes being 1 million yen, parentheses, to be used towards your stream.
For HoloLive projects, HoloLive concerts, HoloLive streams, et cetera, et cetera.
It's going to be in a music. It's going to be a music video or a model.
There you go.
So you get called. Oh boy, it's me. Now what do you win? Oh boy, a spatula or something like that. You know, Bae got called up.
Some of them won like graphics cards. Some won like gaming mice. A couple people won like what was it, like 10,000 yen to put towards a trip. Things like that.
Exactly. Bae, the rat, won the grand prize.
She did, and she was freaking out the entire time because she wasn't sure that she was going to win anything.
Yeah.
And every time someone else's name got called, because she was the second to last person to get their name called, and every time she was like, "I'm not going to win anything. It's over, guys. We're done." Like. So, like, her heart just, like, fell further and further until she got to actually get a prize, which was amazing. Very fun stream to watch, frankly. So, yes, there is a 16-minute translated clip if you want to watch this. It's from JShay2 on YouTube. Worth checking out. And her prize, again, she was the second to last. She got the grand prize, 1 million yen, which is $7,000. I had to do the conversion because I was like, that's like 10K, right? And then I forgot the yen is like all kind of, it's not doing great right now. Great time to visit Japan, by the way. Get them your tourism dollars. But yeah, it's like $7,000, which is still a lot of money.
I
to
would
put towards
scream
something.
for $10.
I know, right? So let alone 7K.
Yep. I guess before we move on from her too, though, we mentioned briefly the 2-year anniversary, which, by the way, we talked about Fauna's, but Crony and Bae have both also had theirs.
Mm-hmm. Bae's stream was really fun. I watched it.
I have only seen Fauna's, so I cannot speak for the other two. I really wanted to watch the other two. As far as I'm aware, Mume has not had hers yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mume hasn't had hers. Bae had hers. It was
Something I'm noticing, Chiefs. Did we have a segment dedicated to Council's anniversary? Was that last week that we would have spoken about it, or was it?
We mentioned that it was happening, but we didn't have any information on it.
Well,
last
it
week.
happened.
Yeah, that's Fauna's anniversary celebration.
No, like Council as a group, Councilress had an anniversary stream.
They what?
Would you like for me to discuss it in short?
Yes, they
because we did this an unplanned segment. They had a cake bake-off. It was the hand stream. You could see their hands, which we have learned from Iris. Yes, they have to wear the gloves. So,
which is great because sometimes they still just fucking don't, apparently.
Yeah, someone in chat said, Iris, this seems to be enforced really unevenly. And Iris said, when I asked, they said gloves.
Does that mean Callie looked him in the eye and said, "Fire me," and then just like that's all I can imagine.
I imagine Callie would probably not care.
Yeah,
She'd
like-
just forget at one point and just ignore that she forgot.
Even when she did that, she was like, "They're human, they're flesh-colored gloves. You know, it's fine."
So I was in love with this stream. I'm glad I remembered it just now.
Yes.
So the highlight of it, and I actually think was a good idea for a stream, is they have to bake a cake. Both of them get a cake recipe. Here's the issue. There are directions. There's ingredients. There are no measurements. They're up. Team 1, I believe, is Bae and Crony. Team 2 is Mume and Fauna. And the judge is Iris. Issue, Fauna bakes for fun. And Crony, I had a heart attack as someone who bakes sometimes where she went, how much vanilla extract goes in this? It's like no! What are you doing?
It's too much.
Highlights of the stream include Bae pulling a knife on people, becoming
I saw the clip. Really
very
cute.
Australian. Australians become more Australian the second they pick up a knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. That's a spoon.
Iris giving people massages and grabbing Bae's hands from behind going, hey, Bae. And Bae's like, what? Iris is very touchy-feely. Good to know. What a weirdo.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Crony is probably not. So
No, she's not. No, there's a moment where someone's like, I don't want the massage. Crony goes, do me. And she's like, oh, yeah, baby. Do you do home calls? It's council being fucking together in a room and just absolutely stupid. It's worth it. They're so fucking funny.
Very good stream overall. Who won? Fauna.
You're never going to fucking believe it. But one team's cake looked okay and the other team's cake looked professional. Fauna, let them have something.
There is no pity. There is no remorse.
There's
There's
no
only
mercy.
Fauna
Slap.
victory.
well, weren't they even like hindered a little bit too?
Gosh,
Wasn't Fauna's team? They had a little issue, like they had the wrong kind of butter or something.
I think so. There's like all sorts of weird issues because they had like some weird ass ingredients all over. Like they open up like a bag of sugar and it just looks wrong to my eyes.
All in all, though, chaos incarnate.
You also see like examples of like cooking level. Like when Bae goes to cut the peaches for their peach cake, she's very confident in what she's doing. I'm like, okay, she has survived on her own. She can cook.
Mume, however, was just like, wanna help. She like got halfway through the peach and was like, I don't know what to do. Fauna. It was adorable is what it was, but
Yeah.
also really fucking funny.
Watch it. There's great clips too if you don't want to watch the whole thing because it's chaotic and it's 2 hours.
Well, now you know what I want to see.
What?
I want to see Fauna versus Ina Bake Off.
Oh.
I don't know.
The master class.
Because Ina does a lot. She's done baking streams before too, like actual baking streams.
Dude, I know that Kiara is a good cook because I see the things she puts
I've
on
seen
Twitter.
her pizza.
The corn cob pizza. But have you seen any of her actual like cooking on Twitter?
No, I haven't.
She posts very regularly the food that she cooks, and it is all delicious looking. So I'm wondering if there's any other like Iron Chef things that we could do.
I would love to see more cooking streams, but I fucking love cooking content.
I liked Kiara, to be fair, when it comes to baking. She is really good at it. Don't get me wrong. Also, whenever she made a gingerbread house, she used hot glue. So she's like, I'm not letting this bitch fall apart.
Hey, Yaku, this is your man, Cameron. Can you please get a VTuber who's really weird about coffee, like really into it? Thank you.
Coffee people. I respect them, I guess.
Good, you're surrounded by them. It's me and my ghosts.
Stonto.
Nani?
All right, let's go into GX Aura's dedicated segment. She talked to us once and we were really happy, and now she gets her own segment.
It's a good thing we weren't planning on watching her anyways, or else this wouldn't be cringe.
I know, right? It's crazy. Super, ultra, hyper, amazing, kawaii, omega, fantastic, 100% legit anime rankings 2023, as presented by GX Aura. Is a stream that occurred in the past week.
Wow.
It was a very serious ranking.
Very serious.
Tell me more.
It was Who's That Pokemon? but with anime.
Ah, I see.
The audience was presented with silhouettes and told to guess who they were. Such classic anime as VeggieTales, Cars, The Dial-Up Sound, and Ketchup made appearances.
Oh, ketchup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is not a drink.
From which anime?
Yes.
Amurai, any anime of Amurai's?
Yes, any anime with Amu Rice or Whack Donald's.
2 times.
I was a big fan of the clip of her saying the top anime this year was Cars.
What do you mean this year?
May I say, additionally, wow, ka-chow.
No, you can't.
Doing it anyways. Lots of super serious hot anime takes occurred during this. Here's a particularly fun quote. I was born at a young age. I hate anime. Now, is that all one quote? Did she say that verbatim?
No,
Carlos?
that was 2 separate quotes.
You need to be specific. She was born at a young age. I do believe that. I don't believe she hates anime as she's made of it. What special powers does she have?
She can hold her breath underwater for 12 seconds.
Good God! She's unstoppable.
She can move through time 1 second at a time.
I thought the Flash had power.
What's happening to me? I'm doing the same thing.
You're powered up.
Tommy Walker.
I like the fact she rated Buff Pup at the end.
Yeah,
That just makes me happy. I met Buff Pup at Otakon. She was awesome.
Yeah, Buff Puff is awesome.
Yeah, I have a picture with her.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Can Buff Puff also comment?
Don't start the begging. It's too soon.
I want to win.
It feels so weird that she's like, oh, I'm rating Buff Pup. And I'm like,
Oh.
I literally learned of her existence like 4 weeks ago.
Yep, at Otakon. You took a picture of her, of me and her.
Yes.
It was wonderful. Let me recount again for you. She did a karaoke stream. I watched some of this. It was really fun. She did the Pokemon rap. The full thing. All of it. How many Pokemon did she name? Carlos?
She went all the way.
All the way.
Oh my golly.
So very many Pokemon.
I also she sung Sanctuary, Japanese version Kingdom Hearts.
That's canned
Incredible fucking good taste. Like, even if you fucking hate the games, the person singing those Kingdom Hearts music songs, good shit.
I have never played Kingdom Hearts. I never intend to, and I have heard that song a million times.
With fears and light melt away. Except I'm in English. That's the difference. Imagine these words by Japanese.
I can hear it.
It's so much better.
Do you have any other cool songs, Carlos, that you really liked?
This is no longer archived, so I was not able to go back through and look.
I only caught a little bit of it too, unfortunately.
I guess it wasn't so safe in the sanctuary.
Either way, good singing, good job. Needy streamer overload stream. This one I didn't catch any of. This is your baby, Carlos.
Yeah, so another needy streamer overload stream this week.
It's such an exhausting game.
So she said she had played the game a little bit, like maybe just a couple days or something, like in-game days in the past, but didn't really know a whole lot about it. Yeah, this game is really awkward to play on stream if you're not expecting or don't know what it is, because this game really says and does a lot of things that they're very on the nose about it.
Oh, good lord. Gosh. Speaking of someone who likes the game well enough, and I like a lot of what's going on in some of the aesthetic, it's what I would refer to as the try-hard internet edgy tone, where it's a lot like, look how on the nose I am. This is like commentary, but it's like, what if things got worse every time or something like that? It's like, I don't even know what to hike into it or like hearken to it with it. It's like, you know it when you see it, and it's exhausting.
It's extremely over the top, and everything is designed to elicit a strong reaction.
Yes, 100%. It's reaction based. Some people might even call it streamer bait in that regard.
Yeah.
Because
I don't disagree with the game 100%, but it's like, oof.
most of the stuff they show in the game, other than like the main character being super way out there, a lot of the things that they show are things that if you watch enough streams, you're going to see it eventually.
I realized what it reminded me of. It reminded me of some of Honey Pop's writing, where it's like, here's a thing with,
Yeah.
It's legitimately a game where like every time something happens, I just kind of lean back and go, okay, like I guess, but like come on, like that's the entirety of that game to me.
Because
Yeah.
they show...
And it's like nothing against the game. Like it's trying to make a point and it's being fun and it's a difficult game for a very good reason and it's doing what it is. But like you said, it's just so over the top about things. It just pushes everything to the nth degree, and that's the whole point of it.
It's kind of like, it feels like almost as if somebody that watches too many streams, especially VTuber streams, decided to make a game and they just took like all of the horrible things they've seen people say in streams and just copied them all into this game.
That's basically it, yeah. Overall, though, it's one of those games that, like, it's streamer bait. It's going to be what it is.
Yep.
God knows if I was streaming it,
So how
I'd
did-
probably have played it like 8 times by now. So
How did she do with it? Because she had a hard time, I heard.
She didn't have a hard time. She decided to do what most people don't do, and she was picking all of the horrible options.
Fair.
why not?
I think the character, I think literally, she if I remember right, the girl that you're supposed to be managing in the game at one point literally alludes to like self-harm.
Oh, yeah, when she doesn't she?
And you can, one of the options is literally to say, okay, do it.
Yeah, she'll do it.
That's the option Aura picked.
Why, Aura?
Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, she was having a good time with this, even with some of the things that they were showing were a little out there. But yeah, I don't know. I have a great time watching people play this.
Yeah, I had my good times. It's hard for me to look past it now, but I'm glad to hear she had a good time with it.
Yeah, she did a lot of just her own
Is it-
chatting too. So
Is it weird? I feel like this game might get a sequel. Like Needy Streamer Overload 2, but now you're managing 2 girls and like collab and they get jealous of each other and stab each other. And then one of them joins Vshojo.
Commentary.
Hey, I could write this game. Hire me.
oh,
All right, let's talk about Yuko Yurei.
I don't feel safe any longer.
Well,
shouldn't.
you shouldn't.
Fuck!
But you're going to like this one. It's about keyboards. You like keyboards.
I won't be fucking fooled.
This is a stream where Yuko Yurei cleaned her keyboard.
Oh, good call. You should do that.
Yes. She very specifically showed all of the human crumb bits that were in it
Decay.
and everything else. Carlos, you watched this closer than I did. I was
I watched the
distracted
whole
by other
thing.
things.
What are you doing with your fucking life?
I don't know. I
It's
watched
always you.
I watched this instead of something nice.
I know.
I watched Bae just hanging out. So
I was like,
I watched Fauna Zoo.
should I watch Crony's 2nd anniversary stream or Bae's anniversary stream? Now I'm gonna watch Yuko clean her keyboard for 2 hours. It didn't have to be this bad. She's so good at taking things and making them way worse than they should be.
it's her special talent, I would say.
I mean, her keyboard was it was pretty dirty to begin with. I've never really deep cleaned a keyboard before. She did. She took all the keys
Yeah.
off. It was nasty.
That's why I like mechanical keyboards. It's easier to take off the caps and like get in there.
Scrub between the folds.
So I
Sure, that's what we call the space.
I actually looked at my own keyboard while this was going on. I've never even cleaned this keyboard like before at all. I've never taken the caps off, and cleaned it that way.
Yeah.
Because I have an ancient 14-year-old Alienware keyboard that I still use.
Hey, that's content. Don't throw that away.
This keyboard, so it has the keys, and it's got like a plastic, piece of plastic surrounding all of the keys.
Mm-hmm.
The keys are almost level with the top of the keyboard, so I cannot take the keys off.
Alienware killing it again.
The only way to take them off is to unscrew the back and pop
No.
the plastic top off of it.
No.
Wonderful.
What's the name of this keyboard?
I have no idea. I searched old Alienware keyboards and I found one that looked like mine.
We're going to have a discussion about this later.
We've angered the keyboard man.
I'm very upset.
And you can't even pop them off. You have to put a screwdriver in to pop them off because they're too small.
This is a desktop keyboard, right?
Yeah, it is a external desktop keyboard.
Okay, we'll be in discussion. Please continue.
So anyway, she's doing this. She made it far more nasty than it needed to be. She was
When doesn't she?
went into some keyboard keyboard tastes. Was talking about how if you don't have a keyboard with a numpad, she thinks you're stupid and weird. She hates the super loud mechanical keyboards.
She'd hate me.
But
Yeah, I'm a TKL kind of guy, so I get it. She would not be a fan of me either.
she was literally 5 minutes into this stream and somebody just donated money and to automatically already make it weird. Something about licking her keyboard, which she made many jokes about later on.
Whatever could I have done to court such an audience?
I like the $2 donation that said, "Here's your compensation for the mesothelioma." It was a gunky keyboard.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing: you don't clean your keyboard for like a year or two, it's gonna be gross, dude.
Yep.
Especially if you're eating, you got crumbs and gamer gunk in that bitch. Why am I using the word bitch today? I don't know. Is it 1995 again? If you get crumbs and gamer gunk in that keyboard, yeah, it's gonna be gross. It's just the way it's gonna be, no matter what. Mm-hmm. Unless you're at the point where your keys are sticking, it's not really that bad. But like, some people just let it go forever.
Yeah. And at some point, she's like, I don't even want to clean this. I just kind of want to sell it and like actually buy a cute one, like all the other VTubers have.
If your keyboard isn't pink and covered in kittens, I don't even want to know you.
It better be thocky, look like a marshmallow, and have gifts of cats dancing.
She was cleaning this while it was plugged in too.
Oh my god!
Like, wow.
You better fucking hope OBS is picking up nothing you're doing.
Just is what it is, man.
Once you started like actually, putting alcohol on it, at least then she finally unplugged it.
You start by unplugging it. You start with that. Fine. Good to
There's
hear.
no chaos in that.
True. Content.
After it was actually clean, though, she threatened to dump Cheetos on it, and she did, in fact, dump M&Ms on it, which was funny. Because they just, like, sat there, and she was like, and then she just ate them. So, good job. You got to eat M&Ms. VTuber getting M&Ms. Happy
M&Ms.
VTuber. I see she's also a fan of the smell of glue and Sharpies. This is a
Yes.
healthy habit to have.
Yes.
Just don't partake too often.
Nor too greedily.
Wander too close to the sun, you may get burned.
She informed everybody if she ended up selling the keyboard and somebody cloned her off of it, that she had to inform them that any clones made of her would require Cheetos and Starbucks.
My god.
Not just regular Cheetos, hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos.
I made a
VTuber
streamer.
only care about hot chip.
That's all girl do is eat hot chip and lie.
Apparently, and drink Starbies too. So there's that. How was the background music?
It was weird. Like weird.
I loved whenever she was like talking and she was like, why is there inspirational music happening right now? This is the worst time for those. She had to like switch it out.
Young man.
Yeah, the inspirational music started, and then she just started like recording a commercial of her keyboard.
Yeah. So good.
I don't know what she was listening to, because at some point it just went real quiet, and then you hear a shower running. It's like, why?
I'm guessing what she did is literally looked up like generic free music library
Yeah.
and just hit play.
You're listening to Shower Radio. We scrub them clean so they sound mean. Shower.
Imagine Dragon starts playing.
Imagine dragons in the shower so their instruments barely work and their MacBook's dying.
That reminds me. I didn't remember to put it in here. But she informed us that after the shower sound started playing. She's like, "Oh, right, by the way, guys, you remember that like movie watch along collab that I was doing like a while ago with people?
Yeah. Yeah.
People might not have known, but in the middle of that movie watch along, I actually muted my mic, and I did take a bath during the movie."
What is wrong with people?
I love it.
This is a gremlin. No, this is not a gremlin. This is a goblin.
Gobbling these hot Cheetos. Riro Ron had a 50K sub stream.
Multiple streams.
3 streams. Beat Mania, answering questions, and 1 laugh equals 1 spicy binky.
Question.
Ah, yes.
What in God's name is a spicy binky?
You're about to find out about the spicy binky.
Oh, there's a section dedicated to it. That's great.
Yes.
Continue, please.
Beat Mania. This one is Carlos's.
Stop watching VTubers. Every time it starts hurting, it's like, all right, Carlos, tell us more.
Let me speak about the important part of this.
Okay.
Feet.
For free. You get to
Yes.
see the dogs for free.
You get to see all the wiggly pigglies.
You get to see those grippers.
The grippers.
This has been a fucking like feet week.
Every week is feet week in VTuber land.
Bibu and Gura and this chick.
It's like when everyone was like, Suisei, show us your swimsuit. And she was like, okay. And then she like put on her swimsuit and then like moved herself on screen for half a second and then was like, okay, that's enough. And that was it.
Buy the Blu-ray.
And everyone was just like, screen capped it.
L plus ratio. Okay.
So it was a feet cam stream.
She was playing Beat Mania.
Yes.
So she had Vocaloid, it was Undertale, and My Little Pony music packs for it.
Was this me 10 years ago?
She played literally one My Little Pony song, failed on like the 3rd note, and did not play another one.
So is it like Pinkie Pie's Cupcakes or Discord?
I don't know anything about My Little Pony.
Me
so.
and Nick shall do some research.
Yeah.
I have to do some research in my library.
Well,
Time to stop.
she is not an experienced player of this. She was playing on easy and was trying her best to get a C.
But she played Black Rock Shooter.
She did. I was real thrilled about that one. So yeah, it was mostly Vocaloid music.
Oh, fantastic. She apparently wanted to take her shirt off, but was afraid of falling over on camera.
Yeah. She literally
Which
played like
then at the end she like sat down anyways, and you could see like 80% of her. So like whatever.
yeah.
Oh, we just for free?
She was mostly
No
covered.
face reveal, but
It was mostly covered. She had like a themed plushie for like her channel that she was just like hugging anyway.
yeah.
But yeah, it was like low. It was like 50% of her body reveal. So
50% body people.
Let me tell you though about the 1 laugh 1 spicy binky stream.
Okay, I'm not even gonna fucking look. Please inform me.
As per usual, whenever they do laugh lose streams, it's they sit down, they watch a funny video, and then they take requests from chat on what videos to watch, and generally it's a good time had by all. When she laughed, she had to put hot sauce on a binky and then put the binky in her mouth.
Oh god, why does she have a binky?
Because it's Riro Ron. Her model has a binky too. And she hand cammed the binky so that you could see her put hot sauce on it. She like doused the thing in hot sauce the first time. It was fucking great. She was like, why? The hot sauce level was somewhere between 50 and 250,000 Scoville.
yeah,
Good, strong.
she showed the bottle very briefly. This was unarchived, so I couldn't go back and look. So I saw the brand of it, but I couldn't tell like what it was. I just searched the brand, and the brand was 50,000 to 250,000 in range. So it could have been anywhere in between that.
There you go. Probably somewhere around like habanero hot, I'd imagine. Something like that. She made it 1 minute and 18 seconds before she laughed. So good job. You tried. She did not take the heat well. I can vouch for that. She was like basically crying about it immediately.
She's a very giggly person, so it's not very surprising that she failed very quick.
This part literally says in all capital letters, Carlos explained clip here. Don't forget Yuko cursed comments. And it says, watched a legendary clip of her collabing with Yuko Yurei and Fuyo Cloverfield.
So at some point, she was watching just compilation, like funny videos. They were not only were they not funny, they were not even entertaining.
Sad.
They were getting pretty bored of them very fast. So chat was begging her to watch clips of herself. So she switched to I laugh or I cringe at myself.
Oh. I'd be cringing every minute because it's me.
So one of the clips that she ended up watching was a collab that she did with Yuko Yurei and Fuyo Cloverfield. They were playing some sort of game. I didn't watch the video. This was my first time I had heard about this collab. They were doing a punishment. They were doing punishments for this. And so Yuko had to go and she got ice. And then they felt really bad about it whenever Riro and Fuyo confessed that they were both cheating. So they said, okay, we feel really bad about making you do this, so we're going to do it with you.
And what did they have to do with the ice?
So first it was they had to take ice and they had to put it in their armpit.
That's
Uncomfortable.
Not bad. That's not terrible.
The kicker was they didn't put it in their armpit. They had to wait until the whole thing melted.
Wet pit.
Uncomfortable.
That's not where it stopped.
Well, no.
Why would it?
Of course not. We must go further.
Please tell me more, Carlos.
So it started with the armpit. There was...
They put it in their pants, didn't they, Carlos?
They put it in their pants.
They put it in their pants.
Thank you, Carlos.
The second one was the pants. The third one was the belly button.
Did not expect the belly button.
No one does.
They put it in their... Yeah, they had to put it in their pants.
Of course.
They started talking about whether they were going to take their pants off or not to do it, which, as they were talking about this, Riro informed them she had already taken them off.
For free?
She got the dogs out.
They went into some very descriptive detail about what was going on when they hit the undergarment portion. Very, very descriptive.
What color panties are you wearing? Except much worse.
This completely came out of left field. Nobody was expecting it. Just completely out of nowhere. They're in the middle of doing this, and then out of nowhere, Yuko just screams, "It's on the bean!"
Oh no, you're referring to the clitoris.
To which the other two had very appropriate responses to this.
Why is it every time we talk about Yuko, it's something fucked up and ridiculous?
I don't know. That's probably why I keep watching her.
I mean, fair. That's probably why everybody keeps watching her.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a chili bean.
Tell me why.
Going to hell, and I'm okay with that. All right, that's enough.
Fuck you.
I don't care
Fuck
anymore.
you.
What one little more final one that was from a different clip that she watched after this then, or was this a clip? I think there was a clip that she was watching where she was doing a collab with Fuyo at some point, where they were like blindfolded and like making each other eat things. And she just put a spoonful of wasabi in Fuyo's mouth.
So much wasabi.
She felt kind of bad about that one.
She'll learn how to act just like Iris.
All right, let's talk about Roca Rourin real quick. She has been doing a language learning stream. She taught Dutch. She also apparently knows Indonesian. She's very multi-talented. She's a polyglot, as they're called. And apparently she likes Devil as a part-timer.
So this was one of the streams I didn't get a chance to watch, but I wanted to mention. I clicked on the stream because I'm like, oh, she's doing a Devil as the part-timer watch-along. I watched that show 12 years ago. I loved it.
Oh, one of the anime on Netflix, of course.
Yeah.
Because it has a season 2 that I forgot to watch. But yeah, I open this stream and click on it. She's not doing a Devil is a Part-Timer watch along. She was doing a McDonald's role play stream.
I don't think I even want to know. I don't think I want to have an explanation for this. I think I just kind of want to leave it at McDonald's roleplay stream.
Enter McDonald's Guten Tag.
She had like the restaurant uniform for her model and everything.
I appreciate the effort.
I want to go back and watch this. I really do.
Fair enough. Pomu has a new outfit. She is a detective now. This is sort of a... it feels like a nod to Mr. Rios graduating. He said that basically she's taken over as the detective now.
That's good.
So it's kind of a nice little homage. But also, she just kind of looks like knockoff Amelia Watson now.
That's Amelia's evil sister who
Yeah.
appears in like episode 14.
Pomu Watson.
The very first thing I noticed when I saw this was she literally has Amelia's like brown coat.
It is a really nice outfit. It is very cute.
Yuck.
It's got design elements all over it that are just fantastic. I approve highly.
The British only have so many ways they can dress.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Let's hop off to talking about ourselves again. You didn't see that coming. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being cool and telling us what we can do better. And
We love you.
You know, what you like about us.
Yeah.
And all the stuff that we've done and all that cool stuff. Thank you for watching our TikTok.
Yeah, so
90% of you.
I'd like to give some feedback. Good job on the TikTok, folks. Subscribe to the podcast and leave comments and positive reviews there. Thank you.
That was a little aggressive, but I appreciate you guys. Yes, if you like what we're doing, please drop us a 5-star review on podcast services. We're available on Apple and Spotify and Google Podcasts.
Yep, we're everywhere.
And also, leave us comments on YouTube. Let us know what's going on. We have a Twitter. You can follow us there because for some reason I shitpost there.
Shout out to AuraGX for leaving a comment.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Again, always great.
Gonna keep watching you for sure.
Yep.
I was expecting our first comment to be like armpit liquor 47, and they just went fine. The whole comment just says fine.
Feetman49 agrees. Like, all right, let's do all that stuff. Help us out. It really helps to grow the channel.
The channel is growing. Thanks, literally only because of you guys. You have turned our vlog into a thing. Thank you.
Very much appreciated. Now let's move on to our industry focus of the week. It's Usada Pakora of Hololive Generation 3. She is the war criminal rabbit of that generation.
Sometimes I laugh like her and I hate it.
I don't.
I can't do it on purpose. Sometimes I just laugh and it's like, fuck.
Sometimes it just comes out that
Well,
way.
that's too bad because I don't think she even laughs like
No,
that
she's
anymore.
flat out said she doesn't.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't force it either. I just don't laugh that way, guys. Sorry.
Is what
It
it
comes
is.
and it goes. It's like the tide.
Her official description on the website is, quote, a lonely rabbit-eared girl who loves carrots.
Strong.
She loves them so much that she loves them so much that she always brings a few anywhere she goes.
That's all we have. That's all you can learn of her.
Unquote.
Nothing else going on with her.
She's apparently very good at being a rabbit-eared girl who loves carrots because she has 2.29 million subs on YouTube.
You don't need us to tell her.
She's one of
you know.
the most popular VTubers.
You
on there.
know her.
Everybody fucking loves her.
I knew Pakora before I was in the fucking rabbit hole.
She is like her and Marine are the two juggernauts that when they're getting serious, they bring the two of them on screen.
100%.
It's like, hey guys, Krone, Marine, and Pakora's coming. And she's like, oh, who died? Is everything okay? It's a big deal.
We'll find out soon.
The four emperors of the sea have collided.
It's very important you know that she owns a fucking monkey.
She does own a fucking monkey. Her words, not ours.
Actually, it was a meme before it was her words. But
Yeah.
the monkey's name is Jill, and it's actually a bush baby. It's very cute. She also has 2 cats. Her birthday, I didn't write down because I'm stupid. She was the 24th guest on HoloTalk, which is a good place to go to if you'd like some deep and detailed information and you'd really like to get
Despite
to know
our many attempts, we are unable to interview her tonight due to time zone differences.
That's the reason. Nothing else. It's Kiara Zoshi, and the reason Kiara got involved in Hololive to start with. She's also often paired with Muna for one of the best combinations in Hololive history. This all started with Pakora walking up to Muna in Minecraft and saying, Rapis Razuri, give me. That was literally as it was typed. There were no L's. So Muna responded with, gotcha. And they basically immediately became friends, even though they don't have a language in common. Muna has done a lot of learning when it comes to Japanese, and they can communicate better now than they ever could.
We did talk about the stream quite a while ago when they actually met in person and made burgers together.
Yes.
That was a really great stream.
Muna basically waited for Pakora to leave the room and then dumped spicy stuff on her burger. And then Pakora proceeded to take a bite and be like, something's wrong.
And immediately start hiccuping.
Very good stream. Anything involving Muna and Pakora, I love their friendship because it's one of those, this transcends language kind of friendships where they don't really know what the other person is actually trying to say, but they sort of get it, and they just really like hanging out together and having fun. Pakora also told her mom that she's a VTuber and brought her on her stream. I believe this was the 1 million subscriber special, if I remember correctly. Could be off base on that. But I do know that, yes, Pakora told her family came on, or her mom came on the stream. Her dad, she was like, my dad's too quiet. He won't actually come on. She loves playing pranks in Minecraft. She is a well-known war criminal, as we all know. And as for like notable clips, there's about 1 billion. Just look up any clip with Muna and Pakora together, because those are the ones that make me happy. Do you guys have any favorite clips?
Absolutely. One immediately comes to mind.
Oh, yeah?
Which one's that?
So during the many Minecraft like outright wars that they had, my absolute favorite was when she built the Gatling gun into her house.
Yeah.
The working Gatling gun to absolutely cover the other base and just a giant pile of arrows.
She's done a few. She used to do cannons a lot too, like TNT cannons. They're always very fun. Sometimes they worked.
She has a reputation. I don't think of a clip of her in YouTube. I think of a clips she helped create. The people going into her traps, the home that like immediately like, okay, you're here now. You're stuck, lol. Like she has built a reputation a lot for that. I'd say in general, I'd consider her to be like the biggest of the chameleon style VTubers, where it's like she will just match the energy of the room, but also bring her own energy and keep people moving.
Yeah.
Like she can collab with anything and anyone.
She organizes some big collabs too.
Yes.
She's done quite a few game tournaments and things like that. Just in general, she's a hardworking rabbit. She does a lot of good stuff. She also did a Metal Gear Solid 2, no, the original stream.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. And Kojima showed up and like he posted a bunch of like screen caps of her and stuff. It was very fun.
I think you're thinking of Metal Gear Solid 3.
3, that's the one.
Yeah, Snake Eater. Where, quote Hideo Kojima, look at Pakora.
Look at Pakora.
Wow, she's playing the latter part. This part sucks. I love her. She's going to be in Death Stranding too at this rate, so look forward to that.
Yes. So check out Usada Pakora for some reason if you haven't.
I can't wait to play as Norman Reedus, and every time he jumps, goes, Pew! And then guzzles a Monster Energy drink, then pisses himself.
There you go.
I fucking love video games.
Here's where Indie Focus would go if I'd actually interviewed an indie VTuber this week. I haven't, because I haven't finished writing all the questions, and I want to be over-prepared because that's, for some reason, how my brain works.
What do you think of Sora?
From Sword Art Online?
Close.
From Kingdom Hearts?
There you go.
From Hololive?
Those are the same person, actually.
No way. I knew she was a Keyblade wielder. We're also not talking about the Hololive Summer Festival in Minecraft because we haven't watched it. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that. Birfdays this week.
Birfdays. This has been the singing portion of the episode. Thank you.
Yes, it has. Iori from Phase Connect. We missed their birthday last week, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday.
There are no other birthdays. Thank you. If you're a VTuber and this was your birthday week, let us know, and we'll mention it next time.
Yeah, we'll be cute about it.
Yeah.
There's a very high chance we missed birthdays anyway, because how many of them are out there?
Yes. There's approximately 1 trillion VTubers currently.
Yeah,
so.
but we want to be better.
Do we?
Not really.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
happy where we're at.
We're actively working basically at all times to try and improve the podcast. We're getting new microphone stands before long. I'm working on a set for us that's not just my dining room table with a cover over it. So Stay tuned. We're always trying to get better.
But I like the pink tablecloth.
We might have to incorporate it into the new design.
It'll go over me.
In the corner covered.
I'm the ghost of Bonton.
Carlos, you got anything else you want to say?
Nah, I think I said enough weird things today.
Fair enough. Cameron, you got anything?
When life gives you problems, make problem aid.
I'm also here. Bye.
Yuko Nade.